I can tell you, I'm fighters. That's all.
Wait, that's okay. Okay, got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Understood. Got it.
That's the intro, Sonic. Yeah, but I can tell you that and just like censor it so we don't know what it is, and we're like, like freaking out.
I can tell you, I'm working on.
Three, two, one. Hello and welcome everybody to the Kombat Kings podcast, and today we're going to be talking about. And then the Invincible title card's gonna pop up
Hell
here.
Yeah. Rage quit.
Oh, rage! Yeah, we're gonna get to that in just a bit. We're your hosts, Sonic XD and Tronadog, and unfortunately, our third co-host could not make it here, the Force Snake, due to scheduling issues. I'll probably put him on the green screen or something so that he.
Yeah, there you go.
It'll be like he was always here the whole time. And today we have a very special guest with us to talk about Invincible versus the Invincible versus Kombat designer, Repaul Rip Parbu. Welcome.
Yeah, cheer, boom, boom.
Soundboard. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Doing pretty good. I'm happy to be recording later. We're not live, never live. I had the idea, but we're not live. But normally they wake me up really early because one's in the UK, the other one's in,
What is it?
Is it Thailand?
Oh my gosh.
Taiwan. You can say Asia. Taiwan.
Taiwan. Sorry, there we go. Taiwan. Yeah, sorry. So I knew I fucked that up. I knew it was in Thailand. I was like,
You thought it was? Okay, that's funny.
I'm happy that we're at a regular hour for me.
Me too.
It's actually just past dinner time. I got a full belly, had some wine. I'm feeling very good.
Chilling.
So
Good
that's what
to
I'm
know.
doing.
Yeah, usually it's the exact opposite. So now I'm in Tronadog's shoes. It's currently 9 a.m. over here. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Rip.
Where do you want me to start, I guess?
Start from the beginning,
There's
when
a
you
lot.
were born.
Yeah, I was born a long time ago. There's a lot that's happened.
Hey, we're both old.
Yeah?
You and I are both the old heads. Sonic here is a young boy.
I'm catching up.
He's our young
give
blood.
some time.
Yes, I guess a little history. With fighting games at least, we'll start there.
Yeah.
So I started with fighting games, back in the day with Street Fighter 2 when that started popping up around in the arcades and just corner stores, etc. So that was my beginnings, especially with it was Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat 1, and then MK2, MK3, Ultimate MK, and then finally went to a big arcade, Tekken, and all the other games came up, and everything kind of came together. And I didn't start competing until 2005. I was a big Tekken guy at the time, so 2005 I went to Tekken 5 really hard. Became a competitor, placed top 8 at EVO a couple times, and then top
nice.
3 technically. Let's not get technical about it, I guess. But I became a commentator with Major League Gaming back in 2010. I started a YouTube channel around the same time, Level Up Your Game, to get people to learn fighting games. Because of that, I started doing strategy guides with Prima Games, because those are if you guys don't know, those are books where they used to write the fighting game notes and teach you how to play them in the books because the games wouldn't change back then.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was wild times.
Oh, man.
Nice.
And then
I didn't know about that.
Exactly. And so because of all that, I ended up getting invited to focus test and write the strategy guide for Killer Instinct. And this is in 2012-ish. And so that's where I met a lot of the guys that are on this team here for Invincible Versus for the first time. And then getting to know them and testing that game. They brought me back to test other games in the future, which was when they moved on to Amazon for Breakaway, etc. So finally they hit me up just recently, as I was a commentator for Tekken and everything. And they were like, hey, we got this new thing in focus test. And I'm not thinking about a fighting game at all. But then this is what it ended up being. And then after my first test, I just random chance coincidence happens and I find this job listing. I'm like, wait, what the hell is this thing? Combat designer, never heard of it. But it sounds like me. It sounds like I can do all those things. So that's how we ended up here.
Oh, sick.
Awesome. It's always nice when they reach out to you. It's, satisfying in its own way when you go through the trenches and you find a job you want, you apply, and then you get it. But it's extra special when they come to you and you're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a little bit of both for sure. It's I went to school for computer science and I was a programmer back in 2008, full-time job for a whole year. And then the housing market crashed and the whole team got let go. And I was like, all right, cool, I guess I'm chilling. And that's what led me to be a content creator. And that's how led me to the KI guys, etc. So I was just chilling. I wasn't looking for a job. I'd been jobless, freelancing, let's say, for 14 years or something at the time. So I was not in full-time work at all. So the idea of having a job where I had to wake up every morning, that wasn't for me. No.
I bet it's been an interesting transition because you're still doing fighting game stuff, but it is very much like you clock in, right? You clock out.
Oh yeah, I mean, oh no, yeah. It's really interesting because
And you're being flown out to places too for events and whatnot for part of your job too.
yeah,
right?
oh yeah, I'm going out to Brazil end of
That's
this
hard
month.
to do also.
There's a lot involved in the job, that's for sure. But it feels good. Like when I had my programming job in 2008, and I was just like, it was like a software that tested websites, and I was working on pieces of that software. So it was not like something I'd wake up and be like excited about. I'd be like, all right, I don't care about this at all. And so now to have a job where like I'm like, dude, what's going on here? I'm gonna spend another 12 hours on this. Like it doesn't even bother me because it's just fun to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
sick.
That is cool.
There is actually something I did kind of wonder
It's very
to
special.
ask. So, like, could you say, like, what is it that you do mostly in Invincible versus, like, what does the combat designer, like, job entail, like, over there and stuff?
Sure. So I know a lot of people don't know what a combat designer is because I didn't know what it was, right? I just saw the job description. I was like, what are these traits and why do they all match me, right? So a combat designer in the game and what I've done in the game so far, right? Basically, I create characters for the game, and that means we have a character like I'll use Rex as an example because he was my first character, and it was like, all right, you're gonna make this character, and we already had as a team had discussed what the archetype of the character was going to be, right? Obviously, Rex is not going to be a grappler, right? He's going to be more of like a zoner style character. So, like, that much going into it. And then you got to break down, like, what are every single attack this character has? Like, how fast, what's his light attack versus heavy attack? If he's throwing projectiles, what kind of projectiles does he throw? Does he have trap projectiles? Does he have just regular projectiles? Are they slow moving, fast moving? And you got to come up with, the entire kit of the character, essentially, including the supers and everything. And we have teams that come together where we can discuss like the ults, etc., get everyone's thoughts and ideas together so we can kind of pick the best ones and go from there. But the combat designer part is really just putting all those pieces together in the first place and just saying, this is what we're going to do with the character. These are the moves we want to use and try to make. And then from there, it goes off to like the animation and sound and everything. So all that comes back to me, and then I got to plug it into the engine. I got to code it to make it work so it's actually doing what the animations is supposed to be doing, etc. So that it actually becomes a move, not just, an idea.
So you are actually working with code and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting. I thought you were just going to... That's cool because that goes into your background that you were doing with other software stuff.
Exactly.
I thought just because you played fighting games professionally at a very high level, I thought you were going to be mostly like the big picture guy. Like you have the ideas, you test the character to make sure it works, but everyone else has to do the number crunching and the typing.
Yeah.
But you're doing that too.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely...
You're having a big hand in this. Wow.
Yeah, I'm deeply involved.
Nice.
But like, there's like a structure. Like I think, when you see the movie end credits and you always see those like executive producer, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, what do all these people do at the company? How did this movie get made and why are all these people's names at the top? It's because there's a structure and, there's like above me, there's like still a lead gameplay guy. There's still a lead combat designer. There's still, whatever. So there's a structure there. And like, I'm very heavily involved in everything that goes through it as well, right? Because I worked on 3 characters in the game out of the 18. Like those are my characters I worked on in design, etc. But at the same time, I'm also play testing with all the other characters. If we have ideas as a team about what the mechanics are working like, etc., the whole team's talking about it. And our team is pretty open to feedback and suggestions in general. So it's always a place where, if I have a concern, I can have my voice raised and be heard.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Nice. Really cool. Yeah, so you know all the secret characters that are coming up.
I
won't pry. He knows all the secret characters. Interesting. Dinosaur win?
Well, what did you say?
What? Dinosaur says what?
Oh, yeah. And to be fair, like the roster, like I'm going back years ago, like when I was starting here, it's changed so many times that like I don't even believe what they say is coming anymore because it's kind of like a wait and see. Because even like internally, like I don't know.
Interesting.
I was very shocked that the green lady with the scepter, whose name I already forgot. 'Cause
Wow,
we were talking to
it's
Universa
your most
back
wanted
being,
character,
like,
Troner
months
Dog.
ago.
Universa.
Is it Galaxia or something?
Universa.
Universa. Okay, I said Galaxia. My bad. I got my bodies of space.
His most
confused.
wanted character,
But
by the way.
Really?
Yeah, because in the comics I was like, she's hot.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if she was in the game. And then she appeared in the new season. I'm like, the odds are increasing.
Yeah.
They're more on my side. And then there she is. I was like, oh, nice. Hell yeah. Then, of course, we got to make sure we main our boy, the Immortal. Gotta give this guy some W's when he finally drops.
True.
I would love if he's ironically top tier. That'd be awesome.
Dude, that's the
He's like
funniest
best
thing to
character
me.
in the game.
So I got into Invincible through the Amazon show. And I don't even remember how I got to watch the first one. I think someone recommended it to me, or maybe it was like one of those Twitch watch party things back in the day. So that's what got me to the show. And I felt like I was early to the show, so I became a fan of it that way. But then what ends up happening is that character, Immortal, I liked that character a lot back then. I liked Dupli-Kate a lot back then. And then we get to making this game now, and I find out there's this entire fandom for Invincible where people hate those characters. They cannot stand Dupli-Kate. They cannot stand Immortal. I'm like, what? Like, what the hell happened? Like, I like those guys. So, I don't know. It's weird to me. But because when we released the trailer for Dupli-Kate, everyone's like, what the hell? Why is she cool? Yeah, so they're all upset about it. I was like, whoa, that is wild.
Yeah, and the cool thing is a lot of that's sarcastic because one of the best things about fighting games is you can make any of the characters cool. Like Collector in the world of Mortal Kombat, he's a jobber, he's a loser, but gameplay-wise, damn, he's fun to watch work. Got all these cool weapons and gear. So y'all are doing a really good job making Dupli-Kate fun. Like the fact she can taunt while comboing, talking to her buddy, oh, he sucks, he's so lame. Like that's badass, that's perfect. The fact that her level 3 super has him just like stomping on you, despite her being a martial arts expert and stuff. She's just stomping, like just gangster stuff. It's hilarious. Like I love little stuff like that. Yeah, it's awesome. Then of course, the cameraman, just like in the show, is a butt man, which I appreciate. There's lots of butt shots. Like there's a part where I think during her super, she does a little crane thing, and her spine's turned unnaturally, have her butt facing the camera despite facing you. And I'm like, yes, yeah, this is good. I'm happy about this. Dupli-Kate main day one.
Dupli-Kate.
It's gonna happen.
I was about to say that too, because
true, actually.
You've mentioned in other parts before that the three characters you mainly worked on was Rex, Robot, and Dupli-Kate, and I did actually want to just personally say, dude, you made Dupli-Kate so cool. I was like, I'm gonna main that character on day one too.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys are hype about her because that was a hard ass character to make. Like,
nice.
I mean, in the scope of how difficult a single character could be. Like the process of what happened there.
Well, it's a tough gimmick too.
No, it is, right?
Yeah.
And so the thing that's interesting is when I was working originally with Rex, projectile character, Robot, projectile character. And so I was like, all right, can I like take a break from projectiles? Let me work on something that's not projectiles. And then I'm like, I'll take Dupli-Kate. And turns out we had to use the projectile system for it. I was like, man, I just can't get away from projectiles basically. So back to projectiles and the hardest one by far. So very, very fun, very intense. And I love that it was just like that big of a challenge to take on. So that was a fun part for me.
I think in one of the interviews you guys said is like, it's one of those characters that's like so cool to make exist. Just like the mechanic of her, like being able to just constantly like split off and stuff like that. So that is really sick.
I also like how when y'all made the characters, you kind of added elements to them that weren't as much in the show. For example, I never thought of Rex as this super agile, flippy gymnast guy, but he is in the game. And I like that because it makes him way more interesting. Like he's doing flips everywhere. He's doing a backflip while dropping all the explosives for his super. Like that's great. So I love all that. I hate fighting against him.
Yep, same.
Because he's a pain in the butt, but that's my fault. I forgot that super jump existed.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, oh, that would have helped so much. Like super jump, then dash, have an assist down below to like make him block.
Block left and right, exactly. Cross him
I'm playing Battle Beast here, and I'm like, I don't...
Yeah, I mean, so it's pretty interesting about Rex, right? Because the thing you mentioned specifically, the flip and throwing the bombs, that's straight out of his fight with the Flaxons in season 1 of the show. So it's like one of those moves when I was like looking at reference for the show in the comics, and I saw that, and I was like, how do we give him that? I'm like, I was thinking back to Street Fighter where it was oh god, what's her name, Ibuki, where she's got like a flip and she throws a bomb, but she lands on the same side, right? I'm like, this attack fighter, you can get crazier, so let's make him jump and flip over you while throwing it. So that was kind of where that inspiration for that move came from. But yeah, I agree. He's very agile and acrobatic, and even though he's like very slippery and hard to catch, he doesn't even have a double jump. He doesn't have an air dash downward or at an angle. So he doesn't have a low light. So he's kind of limited in a lot of ways. But the team, he was one of the first 5 characters I think that we were building. So at the time there was no other, like he was the strongest zoner in the game. Like there was only Battle Beast and Mark and Eve at the time, I think, and maybe Bulletproof. So it was very, very easy for him to zone them out. But as the game progresses and grows, you're like, wait a second, maybe he's pretty good. Maybe he needs to be more slippery. Maybe he needs a double jump. I don't know. We'll see.
True.
And you factor in all this stuff too, because it took until day 3 of the beta almost when I saw people at the casual level finally using Rex, because everyone wants to use like the main characters, but then the casual stuck to him like glue because they love to run away and press one button, which he can do at the casual level. And I was like, oh man, that's rough to deal with. But then you realize it's on me as the player because I wasn't using the boost. Like the boost is a great way to cover a lot of distance really quickly. Even Battle Beast can boost. His walk speed is garbage, but that just goes right in. So that would help a lot.
That's
little things like that.
A huge part of it too. Using that boosted dash. If you have an air character, the air boosted dash is huge as well, just to close distance. So like zoning in the game, it's good, but it's not like Injustice kind of zoning where you don't want to play anymore,
Because you can combo off it, which is the cool thing. Like, as the opponent even, because It sucks to be death by 1,000 paper cuts, but with like Rex or Robot especially, you land the beam, call in the assist. Now it's a regular combo. That's fun.
Yeah.
Like that makes it way better than like I'm just gonna stay back and press A over and over again.
Right.
That's not fun.
Yeah.
So I like how it's a tag game, so you can do that. And I hope the casuals figure that out more as the game goes on. Because I noticed that I have the opposite issue that casuals do. I learn the characters. I have a way harder time mastering the universal stuff. Whereas casuals, man, they grab right onto the universal stuff and F the character individuality. They're like, oh no, I learned how to combo break by day 2. I learned how to assist break by day 2. I'm like, dude, took me day 3 to do that stuff. I was busy learning the individual characters. But no, it's the opposite. Like the casuals pick up the universal stuff faster.
That's really interesting.
Which I found interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's also the other level of casual that don't pick up anything, right? And so they're the ones who are like, probably not having as good of a time. Because I think in general, like that tutorial, I want to say in the closed alpha was like a shorter one, right? So everyone got to see the counterattack thing, and I feel like this was a bigger one. So maybe you didn't get to be like, all right, I just want to play, bro. So I think there's a lot of lessons learned there.
I love the fake out. The feint is so good.
It's so
Once
fun.
I learned that, I'm like, it's all coming together because it's so easy. Like people expect you to tag after the super. So you can bank on that even before you even like see if they're going to break it. You just bank on it because they're usually going to. You tag in, feint, and then you just like, oh yeah. I love how it's like a little Freddy Fazbear jump scare too. You're like, aha! You just
Gotcha.
beat him up. You're like, oh no.
Hit a button!
Shit. Yeah, do it. And then you mess them up. Yeah, it's
Probably
great.
one of my favorite things about the gameplay of the game is the whole counter tag and like the whole mind game behind that stuff. It is like very interesting, especially to watch on high levels. It's like he's got a feint here, isn't he? And there it is, and whatnot. It's really fun.
Yeah, I mean, the funniest thing to me is like because I was playing during the beta as well, and I was playing against Maximilian. So we had like a really crazy set. It was like very, very close, right? But when I went back and watched like his perspective of it, he totally called me out. He's like, here comes the feint. And I did the feint and he killed me for it. I was like, oh, damn, I got owned so bad for missing the feint. And like he knew it and he called it out to his whole stream of a bajillion people. And I was like, oh, damn, feels good, bro. Feels good.
Live in 4K.
Were you on your like RIP account or was it like an incognito?
No,
like,
it's on my
one
account.
knows?
Yeah, everyone knew it was me getting owned.
Okay, there you go. Perfect.
Cool.
Hey man, that's cheating. You know the game. Oh. I guess the only rule is you can't get top 20. That's the only rule. Otherwise, play as hard as you want.
Yes.
You just can't.
So that first day, I think I got on pretty late, and I got up to like the top 50 or something. And I was like, all right, let me stop here because I don't want to like. I mean, I got a 2-year advantage on people, right? So I'm not like proud of their achievement.
Twice.
Yeah. So, but then I think day 2 when it was getting close to that cutoff, or day 3, I should say, when it was getting close to cutoff, I was like, I'm not gonna play because I don't want to mess up people's chance of getting there. Like top 50, I was like, all right, cool, that's fun. And then after we cut off, then I was like trying to play some more. That was a lot of fun too.
I loved when I don't know if it was Justin Wong or someone else, but they said, dude, y'all should have a separate part of the credits too for the top rage quitters.
Yeah. Or just
like the top 20 most rage quit.
There was Justin was mad about a lot of things because there was some people, I guess. Well, because this usually open betas don't have this really competitive aspect for like the leaderboard, right? So people are trying to abuse anything they could to maintain that top 20 spot. So whether they were trying to quit out of the game because they thought it was going to save them LP or something, it didn't. It just it doesn't. Your LP gets rewarded correctly anyway. It just takes a few minutes sometimes.
That's good to know.
Yeah, so like that was really important, but people didn't know that, right? And then I think the flip side of that was there were people in the top like 20 that Justin was like, these guys don't deserve to be here. They were dodging me all day in the last 3 hours. They were extending these queue times, etc., intentionally to try to hold on to that spot.
Oh, that's why he got mad at Yellow Flash.
Yes,
I see, because he said congrats to everyone except Yellow
Yeah,
Flash.
And the Rob underneath him,
dodging
whatever they're
him.
called,
That's
who
funny.
happened to be
I think
number 6
oddly
and
enough,
7.
number 6 and 7.
Yes.
Yeah. But no, it was really fun. It was really fun to watch the players, grind it out and try to get those spots and to see the players that made
Smart.
it. Max was grinding and he got up to I think even like top 5 a couple times. So it's just a matter of like if you're winning enough, you can make that top 20. So it's pretty cool to see.
Nice.
And he's really enjoying it too, which is a big deal because he's the guy that got famous off the Marvel 3, like the tag game.
Yeah, and he's
So,
also a big
and other
fan of
tag
KI
games.
too, right? So it's kind of like a
Oh, yeah.
cross.
Which it took me until playing the beta to realize, oh, it's the same guys. Because I recognized the announcer and I just thought, oh, they found the Killer Instinct announcer. That's kind of cute. Then I watched some reviews and like, yeah, the same guys that made Killer Instinct. And I'm like, oh, well, snap.
There you
Yeah.
It makes way more sense. Okay. That explains all the rock, paper, scissors mechanics that are built in and all that
Yeah.
for fun.
I mean, like when I was first,
I love the announcer.
when I was first invited, like so the way this all started back when they were focus testing, I was the first guy to ask to focus test, and the team is fully remote, so they invited me to Mike's house to come and test this game. I'd never been there before, right? So I walk in there, I'm seeing Vince, I'm like, oh shit, this is tight. we're playing the game, and it's just like a very basic thing at the time, just getting their feet wet into the tag fighter systems, etc. So when I came back like 2 or 3 tests later, it's like I had like that idea of like, you guys are KI guys, like why not bring in some of the KI to a tag fighter, because that hasn't been done before, right? So that was, and then they were like, we were thinking about that, and like how we could do that, etc. So that from there was like kind of the jump off point where the game became what it is now, I think.
So did you kind of semi-nudge
motivate them, I think, if anything.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I think it was already in their head, but they didn't really like, believe in it yet, maybe.
Gotcha. Because that's one of the questions that one of the fans did ask. It's like, did this start off as a tag fighter, or did it start off as like Killer Instinct 1v1? So.
Oh no, it was completely a tag fighter from the get-go. I mean, I think a big part of the inspiration was when you look at the world of Invincible, there's already a bunch of teams. There's Guardians of the Globe, there's a team, there's the Lizard League, there's the Viltrumites, right? So there's all these teams that are already kind of pre-assembled for you. So it kind of makes sense to be able to mix and match them as well. So I think they wanted that immediately. There was also back when they were starting development, there wasn't as many tag fighters around. Now they're all coming out together.
Oh yeah, this year.
I feel like everyone kind of
true.
saw it and like, oh wait a second, there's space here, and everyone's like, so
Yeah.
I feel like that was kind of what happened. But at the same time, the plan was always for this to be a 3v3 game,
Nice.
a brutal,
Yeah, makes sense.
fast-paced.
There's so many
3v3.
characters to do.
And yeah, that was the other thing, right? Tag fighters are never brutal like this, so it was definitely
True,
a way to
true.
be separated out from the crowd.
I kind of actually thought about it. I'm like, I want Mortal Kombat to do this for ranked, so you don't have to like watch a dumb fatality every single match. Just have my character explode when the round's over. We're good. So,
Just quickly, brutality for
'cause
everybody.
I like that in versus.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat had Quitality, right? That was only when they quit, though, I think.
Yes, but I just meant like when you win the match. I don't want like the fatalities.
I see what
and
you're
stuff.
saying.
It's
Yeah,
just
get me
like,
out of the
you-
lobby
you've seen it too many
faster.
times,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Hurry up.
I get you.
And it's used for mental warfare too. It's used to piss you off in between the set.
Watch it.
Like it's 2 matches to win. Yeah, watch this. And then like it just makes you mad because
Yep.
you have a plan.
Intentional.
It's no different than when Sonic Fox switched chairs. Like you're making him cool off. Like you're ruining Goichi's momentum, But anyway, and I'm thinking about like the mechanics too for casuals and whatnot. When you mentioned like the mechanics and the universal stuff and all that, and how you got to think about the really big beginners who won't even like do the tutorial, but how can you make this work for them anyway? I thought about when Eris, avoiding the puddle, talked about in Tekken, I think 7 added this, where you can just hold back and it gets up normally blocking, which was not an option before in like the previous games. And he's like, this is for you. This is for you, beginners. This is for you. You should use this. That's how I think about those intuitive beginner mechanics. Like, this is for you.
Yeah.
Here it is. Here's your 1-button combo to get you
Yes.
started. And lets you understand, like, oh, string, special, super. Oh,
Yeah, everyone got to start somewhere, right? I think like the important part
Yes.
was always, making sure that things make sense as you learn more. You do better. So it's like you can have something accessible like the auto combo by hitting light, but it will be your lowest damage. If you just move up to light, medium, heavy, special, super instead of the auto combo, you will do more damage from doing that. So just incrementally building. Like anything you learn, all of a sudden your damage goes up. So I think actually we did a pretty decent job of like nailing that part of it.
Nice. What I wanted to add on was because we were on the topic of the open beta. There is a one question I do kind of wonder is, by the time we're recording this, the open beta literally just ended a couple hours ago, if I'm not mistaken. So this might be a little too early to ask, but is there any specific feedback after this open beta session that you guys are going to be implementing or changing before the game releases?
So first of all, like the open beta was a build that's like outdated at this point, right? The game's coming out. Like our open beta is so close to the release window that obviously a lot of changes have gone in before the release is already going to be happening.
Yeah.
So I would say that yes, we're listening to all the feedback. First of all, we had a official Discord where people could post their feedback and all the bugs they
Yeah, that
found,
was cool.
etc. So a lot of people posted there, and if you guys have any other feedback, you can probably still go there or to the Reddit or Twitter, etc., wherever you need to be. But yeah, we've already taken all the feedback. We're still processing all the feedback because the beta just ended.
Yeah.
But a lot of the stuff I've seen online and all the stuff that I've seen people talking about are things that we already were feeling internally and already were addressed prior to all of the beta even started. So I was very happy to see that
Nice.
because I was like, oh yeah, I see what you guys are complaining about, and very happy to say that that's most of that's already
nailed
gone.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got ahead of
Is
it.
this
Nice.
mechanically stuff or like
Gameplay
all-
stuff. I'm talking gameplay specific. But yeah, I mean
Gameplay,
across the
okay.
board and everything. Our team. The thing that's interesting about our company in general is everything is like a first time in a way. Like yes, our core leadership and the people involved, they worked at KI. They're like veterans in the industry. But it's like all these veterans came together to a new company, right? It's the first game of this new studio in this company that's first time published internally. So there's a lot of firsts here. And so as we do things, like we always learn from it. It's like, all right, cool. Next time we do anything like this, it'll be better, right? So it's always like learning and improving and adjusting from all the feedback.
Nice. That's great to hear.
I was in fact seeing one of my ideas that I had for the game. It wasn't even a bug thing, unfortunately. It's more of like, here's what I want the game to be like, but I understand it's just me and I probably need to play a bit more. But I'm seeing like the feedback of it on Twitter right now. My idea, because I noticed that once people got friendly with the universal combo breaker, I forget what it's called, but it's not like when you do an assist and they counter your
counterattack?
assist.
Oh,
it's the
counterattack.
big one.
Yeah.
Wait, so there's
that what
two
it
of
is?
them, right?
Yeah,
So there's two breakers. One of them is assist breaker, where you rely on your assist partner to come in. So you have to have an assist available. It takes 2 bars of boost, and it times them out for longer. So that's assist breaker.
That's the one I mean, and it takes all the health too.
And you can do that at any
That's
point
what
of
I'm
the
referring
combo.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
That's the one that I was saying that I think that's the one that was starting to bother me in the 3rd day of the beta or even the 4th day, because people, the second you touch them and you're like, I'm going to do a combo now, they just break right away. And I'm like, oh man, I don't want the start of every single match to be this, even at tournaments, right? Because realistically it would be. You don't want to lose that first character. And at high level, they're going to break.
Yeah.
So I was kind of thinking, well, what if it was tied instead of to your EX bar, it was tied to your super
meter.
bar?
Yeah.
Because you don't have that right away.
We did that a long
And I was like, oh, that'd be
time
kind
ago.
of...
And that was definitely something that was
okay.
play tested, and like, you know, we definitely looked at that as an option. I mean, that's the interesting thing about this game in general is that it's all very new, right? It's nothing exists like this. There's not a tag route, this 3-way counter tag mechanic that I know of, at least. Maybe I'm mistaken on that. But it's kind of like new ground. So we went through a lot of, you know, play testing and focus testing over the last couple of years, trying to see like what should the resource cost be. And I remember it used to be cheaper, and then there was other things with it. The cooldowns used to be shorter. There was no red life taken off it before. So, you know, incrementally we've raised the cost of it over time. But I will say that it is, I guess I can't say anything yet. But the plan is that they're going to tell you more about it later. But again, you know, I think I'll say, this is hard. You know, I'm not a very good corporate person, but especially when I know like what's coming, right? So it's
we're looking into it.
What do I say here?
Right?
Yeah, I'm saying we're looking into it. No, we've already looked at it. We already play tested it a long time ago. But yes, I think I agree with you that it would be nice if it was less frequent.
Ooh, just look at that, dog. He agrees with you. Because I remember you actually, I would say Dog's been making some Invincible versus tweets that are a little bit controversial.
Some of them are a bit ignorant. But then I'm getting better.
Well, the thing is, I think, again, like this game is very new, right? And I think every time someone sees it, they see what they're accustomed to, right? So it's like, if you see blood, like, oh, so it's like Mortal Kombat, you know? Oh, they tagged, so it's like 2x KO, you know? Or just anything. Oh, that guy has a cape, so it's like Injustice, you know? It's just whatever you're most familiar with is what you try to associate the game to, right? So it's its own thing. It's got its own things you got to learn. And if you don't learn it, you're kind of like playing in your own mind what you thought it was. So it takes people a couple days to break out of it. But I think once you play the game for like a week, it's like you know everything. And it's like, all right, cool. I understand what's happening in this game now.
True.
Once I learned the snapback too, like it made me not care about the combo breaker as much, because like, okay, I'll just touch him again because this guy's getting opened up anyway because he's not good at blocking, and then I'll snap him out, and then he loses all that health. Like that's nice.
That's pretty big.
I guess I just don't like which is good. It makes like I can still win just fine with it. I just thought like at the tournament level, like every pro match would just start with a combo breaker, and that does kind of irk me.
Yeah,
that it'll happen right away. That every single match might get a bit repetitive, but then again, you can bait it with super. Like if you can like counter it with a super because they're armored, right? Or is every super armored, or just
it depends on the startup of it for the assist breaker, because we've tuned like the speed of them at times. So it's like some supers depending on how they hit and etc. So it's kind of like it's not like a what do you call it? It's not a guaranteed read situation. Like you kind of have to play it off the characters you have, and then that unintentionally adds a lot of strategy as well to it, because it's like if I'm Mark, I know his like forward super is going to work against an assist breaker. So if I put my Mark in point and you're going to assist breaker immediately, you know, I'm trying to bait that out. You know, preferably I have some meter before I get there, right? So I can do the super and then beat your assist breaker and make you double pay, happy birthday, etc.
Nice.
It's funny because I got a double kill that way because I was already going to do my super with Battle Beast anyway, but the guy did the big breaker right then. And so I ended up getting both of them, and because it cost half your health, that just killed them. Yeah, they lost both characters, and I was like, oh.
No, that's awesome. I think that's like one of the coolest things that unfortunately I don't feel like we get to see enough in the game, where you can happy birthday and double overkill, you know, or triple overkill if you're super lucky. And the worst part for me about it was we went to Germany for Gamescom last year, and Mike Willette hit me with it live on stream. It's like, it's such a rare moment to get a double overkill. And it happened to me live on stream as we were demoing the game. I was like, bro, what? Like, we got super hype about it because it was cool. But yeah, it was embarrassing.
Another rare thing that I've seen that I thought was really awesome was just when it was Assist Breaker, one of them happened and got happy birthday, but it was the partner who dies, but not the main character. Because whenever your main character dies, then a clash happens. So when the partner dies, the animation still plays ching and stuff like that. But then like the game keeps going, and it's like,
keeps going.
No clash?
Surprise!
Oh, right. That's the partner died, not my main character. Yeah. So it kind of takes me out a bit. But that was awesome when I saw that too.
The funny part to me was when I'm playing and you get opened up and you're like, he got me. And you're trying to like perform to the camera. And then like your chance to break with like when they do this, it's like, oh, shit, I wasn't ready. I forgot that I'm still playing even when I'm getting comboed, which it takes you getting used to, which is smart though, because that's what led to one of the worst inventions in some other fighting games, trying to reinvent the wheel, because combo breaker is not as fun. It's not interactive. It's not having to always pay attention, because when you don't have meter, you can't do it.
Right.
So y'all found a really clever solution to make it to where even when you're getting comboed, you're like,
you still have to be locked in.
You lock in, because you're like, where's my chance to get out, you know?
That's definitely, if you're like a veteran fighting game player, I think that's one of the hardest things to learn. That once you get opened up, you're not out of it. You're still engaged. I think even myself, when I was first playing the game, I was like, oh God, I'm supposed to still be paying attention. You know, like it can really like break that muscle memory. That was a hard one to break, I think.
You're only safe during a super.
What?
You're only safe
during a super. Then you can take a swig of water, but that's it. Which I laughed because I was watching a Street Fighter 6 tournament, and that cracked me up because everyone else, when they get hit by super, is like, oh, come on, here we go. But at a tournament, they just go, because that's the chance to drink, like right then and there when they're getting comboed.
That's exactly it.
And being hydrated is important, kids, for being good at a fighting game, okay? So you gotta...
for everything in life.
There's no kids watching. They're all 20 to 30 years old. You know how it is.
Oh, it was almost a Gamer Sub sponsor right there.
Yeah, I was going to say, honestly, I think
there's a lot behind me.
The fandom for Invincible Versus runs younger. So, you know, even though
for sure,
core audiences for us are probably much older folk, I think that the audience is bringing in is much younger.
And that's why you get all the sweaty comments too. It's like, it's not sweaty, that's a baby combo I just did. I was going to bring it back around to Justin Wong for a split second, because what I thought was cute is some of the stuff he was doing, I saw got like patched out during the beta in real time. I was like, dude, they're actively getting rid of some of the exploits that like he's doing.
There wasn't any.
No? Maybe not.
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's funny if that happened like in some sort of weird way, but there was nothing like that happened during the beta. Unless somebody did it without telling me, but like, yeah, I'm surprised.
That'd be interesting.
I think they got rid of the robot infinite then, but that's probably about
that's
it.
from
the he had an infinite in the corner.
Alpha versus this version, I think.
Different versions. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. When they had the robot like splat against the wall infinite, and I wanted to do that, then I'm like, oh.
No, yeah, it's the old version of the game. That's the thing, right? The game closed alpha to open beta, big changes. Open beta to release, also changes. It's not the same versions. I like the retail version best. I'll say that.
Of
Good.
course.
Nice. It is exciting and intriguing to know it's going to be different in a few ways that we might be able to notice right away. So that's cool.
I mean, for one, I'm looking forward to playing a full roster of characters. 18 of them already on
huge.
launch. Yeah.
I played open beta on stream on day one, and I was like, oh damn, I can't even pick the characters I've been running lately. You know, and so I was like, well, what am I gonna play now? I gotta go pick these old characters that you played forever ago. But the new characters, I mean, like the one that caught me really off guard was Titan. That character, yeah, he's like a big dude. He moves slower. He doesn't got a double jump. He doesn't have a tri dash. So I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna be for me. But then I picked him and I started doing comms. I'm like, why is he so fun? Like he's ridiculously fun. So he's been my favorite lately.
Nice.
And speaking of Killer Instinct, he kind of reminds me of Aganos, because this whole thing is like stacking on
the armor,
right? And using that to like buff himself. So that's kind of like Aganos. He can't plant giant walls behind you, but that's probably for the best.
Yeah.
Because those walls ended up being super overpowered, which was funny.
Yeah.
That character was a yo-yo. He went from like low tier, almost bottom tier to like, oh, what, top 5?
Yeah.
Top 3? What? Oh, I hit you once. You just fly through all the walls and it's a touch of death. Oops.
Boom, boom, boom. That was really cool. I like the concept behind that character a lot.
Yeah.
That's what made it. That's why I'm excited to know that that's the team working on it, because Killer Instinct took a lot of risks and tried a lot of new stuff that you hadn't seen in a fighting game before.
So I'm gonna stop.
So we're seeing that again
quick
with Invincible Versus.
Yeah, I mean, so the Killer Instinct storyline is like there's the team splits, right? So
that's true.
So Double Helix starts
right.
the game, like then splits off, and then it goes to Iron Galaxy. So like just because we were talking to Aganos there, right? Like I want to give shout outs to Iron Galaxy for that one because I played the game, so Aganos is dope, right?
Nice.
Not necessarily same team there, but that's the distinction I just wanted to make. But they're awesome.
Much of that.
Yeah.
Good point. I was going to ask that later. Like, wait, which team are we talking about?
The OG, the ones that built the whole system and the netcode and everything.
OGs.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So then Spinal would have been them, right?
Yes.
And Fulgore still? Yeah.
Fulgore,
They're pretty
Glacius,
early. Yeah.
Sadira, Saberwolf, Jago.
Yes,
Thunder.
Sadira, my college crush. Yes.
It's insane. She's my main in that game.
I was so sad when like the new team, I think, made it to where you could actually combo break even air attacks. I was like, no, that was her whole gimmick, is she could launch you, and then you're like
bro,
just hold
what?
this.
Yeah.
And that's what made her fun. Yeah. Then they added where you can break up there. I'm like, no, that was my brain turn off air comp. Anyway, whatever. Yeah. Okay, Sonic, you got a third question for us, or a third?
Because you're talking
topic?
about Titan just then, and I actually do think that, conceptually speaking, Titan does seem like quite a limited like moveset kind of character. But I thought you guys made him super cool. Looking at the trailer and looking at the inside, it's like, oh, this character looks like got a lot of sauce. And there was actually a fan question that was asked that can kind of correlate to this, so I thought I'd ask it over here right now.
Okay.
This one's asked by Arcteo Us 9FS. Did you guys have any trouble designing characters with limited moveset potential? Who was the hardest character to figure out?
Ooh, that's a big one. So, originally, when we thought we knew what the roster was, like forever ago, we had like a discussion as a team about, what kind of archetypes these characters could have, what kind of movesets they could have, and just kind of brainstorm ideas for all the characters, basically. And then later on, way down the line, like I'm talking like months or years afterwards, and you start getting to actual character, a designer takes over it and they actually start putting together the moveset, etc. And then there's multiple chances where everyone gets together and brainstorms and looks over the plan for what it's going to be and has ideas about things, and people pitch their ideas, etc. So it's like a whole team effort to kind of come up with something cool. I think for me, like when I think about like who's the most difficult, it's like it comes from a technicality perspective, and that was like Dupli-Kate again, right? Because Dupli-Kate was a character that I wanted in the game, but I didn't know that we'd be able to do it, just technically, like because you have to have multiple bodies on the screen. It's already a 3v3 fighter, so how many more characters can you put on the screen at once?
Ooh.
Especially when you have to factor in that it's a 2v2 game or 1v1 game. Sorry, so the other person could have also a Dupli-Kate. So now you've gone from we can have 6 duplicates or 6 characters on the screen with Dupli-Kate, but no, now it's 8 or 10 or whatever it scales up to depending on the number of dupes on the screen, right? So very big technical hurdle to overcome there. So our engineering team was really on that, making sure that all works, because as you guys know, with fighting games you need to maintain 60 FPS or you start having issues with the rollback netcode, etc. So
exactly.
Performance is always a big concern, especially when looking at Dupli-Kate, right? And then separate from that, obviously there are characters that exist that have clone kind of abilities. So like you think about Noob Saibot, that's a character I used to main in MK9, and this is one of my favorite Mortal Kombat characters. And like, he throws shadows, but like I didn't want it to just be like a projectile. I wanted to have like more around using the duplicates to actually start your offense. So the idea is like, I'm going to use this to like hold you in place so that I as Dupli-Kate can do something about you, right? And I feel like that's the way she would fight in general. So planning that out in a way of like, how does that work as a move is a different kind of thought process. I think that was a lot of fun to take on.
Nice. And it is funny you brought up Noob Saibot, because a lot of people have said, oh, got a little Noob Saibot-ish in the moveset and whatnot.
It's funny because my first thought was Kenshi, because when MK1 got revealed, it's like, we have this cameo system. So you have your main fighter and your assist fighter. Then here's Kenshi just being like, what's an assist fighter? And just summons his spirit. And it's like, hey, wait, he has 3.
And drop me from the sky.
Why does he get to have 3? Yeah.
I hated fighting Kenshi.
So it's like the same thing with a Dupli-Kate. You got to think like, wait, how do we keep her very unique and definitely keep her gimmick, but we can't make her to where it's like, wait, they have twice as many characters as me. How is this fair?
Yeah, and I think the other...
I love the idea that you destroy her clone, she takes damage. That's very
there's
smart.
a balance
like
to
the
that.
red life associated with it, right? So, and they always try to make her way back to her, which was like such a pain in the ass to code. Like, so that part was like pretty important too, because there was lots of fights like, just make them jump off the screen, make them run away, you can't touch them, etc. But then we had the red life idea.
They just fade away.
Yeah, just like disappear, fade out. So all those ideas are like really interesting. So I like that we end up with this one with the red life recovery, and you can hit the dupes to kill them, so that you can't recover the red life, which makes her interesting in other ways that you wouldn't have necessarily thought so about.
Very sick.
Yeah, super interesting.
Regarding the question about like, because you did bring this up earlier when you were saying like looking for potential movesets for the characters and stuff like that. I've had this question, but also like a fan of ours did also ask a question related to this by Jody Kodak, who says, how did you decide what medium to follow for character design in the game? Between comic, the show, or even if you have like original ideas coming up for like the characters and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, we don't necessarily follow any one of them. It's kind of like everything, right? So you obviously, the comic is the original source of inspiration for everything. So I think, you start there, and then you also have to kind of read a little bit further. And obviously, the show does a great job where we get a lot of influence from the show as well. But timing-wise, I think the show was, I don't remember what season it was on. It wasn't very far into the show is what I'm trying to say when we were making the game already. So if you look at the earlier characters, probably less show inspiration, right? Versus later characters probably have more show inspiration, I'd probably guess. Just because you've seen more about the characters. Like when you see something visually represented in the show versus in a comic, you have different ideas. A great example of this is Eve, right? Her ultimate. So like we knew what it was in the comic, so we have our version of it. And then the show got to do it much later than us. And so our version obviously is not going to match up with the show's version because we already showed ours before the show one even came out, right?
True.
So it's pretty interesting. Because otherwise, if say Eve was like a DLC character after it was already done the show, then we'd probably be forced to do it more the show way, right? To keep it more consistent. So I think there's a lot of different ways you can look at that question in general.
Yeah.
But in general, yeah, we look at everything.
Nice, because I remember when you guys released the Conquest like in-depth analysis, you were like, oh, he does this in the show, like he does like the slam, he does like the stab through and stuff like that. Like this, like they're showing like the show clips and whatnot. So there's a lot of like authenticity to the show in that aspect. That does actually, I guess, make me wonder, because she has literally only shown up for one episode, Universa. So I guess that means a lot of the comic aspect is going to inspire her then in that case.
Also, I'll say this too, like in the show for Dupli-Kate, for example, like you don't see her doing a lot of the type of attacks she does in the game, right? So in the comics, she doesn't do much either, but they tell you about her history and how she learned to be a fighter and what she went through to train and all the different martial arts she trained in. So when I was looking at all that, I was like, okay, so she could be more like this, and she probably has that training, even though we haven't seen it in the show or in the comics necessarily as much, right? So you kind of lean into the lore of the characters through the comics to kind of decide what they could have been. And like it's not just like we have total free reign over that and be like, oh yeah, I think she should be shooting guns off something. It's like I think that's what she would do, because like
would have saved her so much pain if she did that.
Right?
True.
We're the Lizard League.
Yeah. Our studio's internal to Skybound, right? So Robert Kirkman, who is the author of Invincible, etc., still has to like look at everything. So everything is still very integrated.
Cool.
So it's not like we're just
he has to give the okay still. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think over
I like
time,
that. So you wouldn't have any weird clashing stuff.
Yeah, and I think like earlier on, he was probably more like concerned about it, right? But then as the team has grown and developed, I've seen him have comments in interviews saying like, he really trusts like what we're doing with it, and he looks forward to seeing what we come up with, etc. So obviously, this is a learning curve to see like who are these people that are working with my IP and what are they doing with my characters, right? So I think we've gotten to a decent place now.
Nice.
I
did hear a lot of people when they saw the Dupli-Kate like moveset and stuff. It's like, why does this feel very Rip inspired? I believe that's what a lot of people.
What?
Yeah, for people.
I haven't seen that. That's funny.
The martial arts. Oh, that's got to be Rip. Yeah, we know it's him. Like,
she does martial arts. What do you want me to do, bro?
Well, we think she looks cool as heck. So we can thank you for that.
Even Multipulse says like no one could have beat her with her amazing martial arts training. So I do like that she's doing like the crane poses and stuff, so you know that she does martial arts.
Oh yeah,
so it's fun.
And that was I remember like on the animation side, I think with the animation team, just coming up with ideas of like, when you do like a super and that pose, you kind of go into like what's it going to be, because she does have access to a lot of martial arts, so that was a lot of fun prototyping, etc.
Nice. I've got a bit of because we were a little bit talking about the roster, I do have a bit of I don't know if this is a weird question or not. You guys were talking in discussion about the roster very early on, what it's going to be and stuff. I would imagine, obviously, picking iconic Invincible characters who probably fans want to see represent the series a lot is like some of the top priority. But I've also heard that the roster in the game is the characters in the roster are very crucial to the story mode that is going to be happening. So I was kind of wondering did the story mode itself affect the character choices who make it onto the base roster and stuff, or was it mainly just pick like who probably everybody wants to see and stuff?
Like honestly, like I was not involved in any of that, so I have
Okay,
no
got
idea.
it.
But, yeah,
Understood.
it's like the story team's complete stuff. I haven't played the story mode even. I was kind of saving myself to stream it eventually. So
okay.
I kind of want to be like, internally, I'm like, don't tell me what happens, like, because I still want to experience myself because I'm like an Invincible fan. From what I've heard, it's like it's like an episode of the show basically that you get to experience.
Yeah.
And it fits somewhere in the season of the show that's already been released, so it's in that timeline. So I think that'll probably play a part. That's my guess at it. But I don't have an answer. I wasn't working on that now.
That is, in my opinion, that's very interesting that the game is about to be launched, and like I think that's
tell me about it.
That's
wild.
One of the things that like they barely have shown like at all. Really, it's like normally you probably would have like a story trailer by now or whatnot, but it's just like only like slight tidbit and clips of like some parts in story mode, and that's all we know currently. So I'm very excited about that too.
Definitely teasing more and more, like just in the clips of the social media they've been putting out. So as you mentioned, there's clips of it. And you're like, where's that from? Where's it? Yeah, and so you start seeing those things. So that's what I experienced too through social media. I'm like a fan experiencing that firsthand as well. So that's fun for me.
Nice.
And speaking of teasing, I gotta say the marketing for this game has been brilliant.
Awesome.
I love all the memes. I love all the jokes. Went a bit too crazy on April Fool's Day,
No,
but it's okay.
no,
It was
they
still
did
very
not.
much fun.
I think they did pretty good. They got me. I was confused.
Invincible Train as a character.
Train.
The render's so good.
No, it was
Eve's dad was my favorite one because I'm like, dude, I want to play Eve's dad.
So many
just
requests,
like saying the most
bro.
heinous stuff.
Put the request in the Discord or Reddit, Twitter, whatever, let them know you want to see Eve's dad. So many people I've seen say they want to see him as like the training dummy in practice mode.
Oh
which
yeah.
you can beat up on. I'm like, bro, that just seems mean.
That's funny.
It could be a punching bag with a paper clipping of his face. That'll be fun enough.
I'm a huge fan of the Annisa one where she's like, her opponent is literally all the thirst trapped like comments about her, and as she's slapping him, he keeps changing to a different comment.
That. That sounds funny though.
Yeah, it's like a short on YouTube.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And it's called Bonk.
Okay.
Yeah, like the horny bonk hammer.
I
It's
figured
so
that
good.
bonk. Yeah, it's
Really, really well done. I'm like, dude, this game is being marketed brilliantly. Like so good. All the memes, awesome, amazing. Looking forward to playing her too. I like how despite like a lot of the characters being evil Superman, they have all these unique gimmicks to make them fun. Like the one guy's the grappler Viltrumite, and Nolan is like the Shoto with like the Shoryuken and like the projectile, and then Invincible is the cheap as F I hate fighting him character because my god he gets in.
He's the title
He's very mobile.
No, yeah, his mobility.
And
is
then when I
crazy
learned that
for
like
sure.
his raw special beats armor, I was like, but it goes so far. Anyway, sorry, what were you saying?
I was saying yes, no, and this is very different as well. Like she's got a stance. Her mobility is crazy. She's got a crumple for an assist, which is really cheap.
Nice.
Her air down medium is like she goes.
That means she can
straight
get
down.
arena transfers, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's good.
That's from your assist. You can get that now with her, right? So you put her on your team. Now you have access to a crumple for arena shift from your assist, which most characters can't do. So going back to Sudira, Sudira had that air down medium. Anissa's got that one as well. So it's literally like the same kind of move, except Anissa moves around way faster than Sudira ever did. So it's very, very tricky, especially when he's putting the air mobility plus calling assist plus mixing that in there. So she's crazy.
I like how even her intro teases at that too, because she turns around and just goes woof, just suddenly like at your level, like, oh, she's a dash character. Like that's even teasing it with her intro, which is cute. I love stuff like that. Subtle foreshadowing. It's a literary device, you see.
Indeed.
Sorry, just freeing up space on my computer so we don't run out of
Defragging while we're recording.
I've got an interesting question here, but I'm not entirely sure if it's like thought. Like, I guess I'll ask it anyways. So, has there been talks, or is this ever something that has crossed your guys' mind? Co-op.
Oh, like 3 online on one team?
Yeah, like I guess
Yeah.
2XKO is doing that now and stuff like that. Has that ever been something that's been talked about? And stuff?
No, on our side, that's never been talked about. I think, like personally, my thought on that is just I think the game is like super fast. Like, yeah, it's probably possible, but you probably have to slow things down in certain places to make that work better. And then I think 3v3 is kind of like pushing it. I think even 2v2 is kind of hard to pull off. So shout out to 2XKO because I remember even back with Street Fighter Cross Tekken, like they had that feature where it was like 2v2. You could play with your friends online. But like the netcode and the infrastructure for that was like really rough to maintain because you're trying to roll back between 4 people now, and you're doing the 2v2 thing at the same time. So they had a lot of rollback issues with Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and then Ride comes along with 2XKO, and I think they did a really good job because they've got that infrastructure built out across America to make their matchmaking and rollback netcode work even better. So I feel like they've got a huge, leg up on the competition in terms of making that a possibility in terms of like co-op play. for like a tag fighter sort of situation.
Nice.
Yeah. One of the one of the reasons I kind of brought this up is only because another thing in the open beta that people kind of were memeing about and talking was about the report system. And one of the certain options inside of it, I can report someone for being an unskilled player. And one of my friends saw this and was
funny.
like, dude, what if this is hinting at you're saying unskilled player to your partner, to the person who like was playing with you and stuff like that, and you're reporting your partner and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not sure if that's the case, but that would be kind of funny if it is.
Excuse me, he clearly boosted to get here. Like shouldn't be on my League of Legends team. He clearly boosted. He is.
I called him assistant and he failed his combo.
That? Oh, he's feeding.
Feeding.
He's feeding my opponent. He's just combo feeding. Like
he's combo feeding, bro. Whoa.
My opponent's building all this meter, beating his ass.
See, I think Ryan already has it, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure when I used to report people in League of Legends, it was for unskilled player all the time. So I can see them working that into 2xKO because, as you were saying, that's like already a co-op game. It feels like that fits right in.
Exactly.
So you did confirm there's not going to be a 1v1 mode, at least not in the works. Like it's not a plan for Invincible verse. It's going to always be 3v3.
I mean, the game's launching. It's 3v3. Like that's what's there. Like what comes down.
That's what I assume too. But there's comments people are already asking, like, can't wait for the 1v1 mode. I'm like, guys. We had this same thought with Mortal Kombat 1. I think you just have to accept that the game is designed around a certain gameplay mechanic, and if you take that away, it just doesn't work.
I mean, if you want to play 1v1, get to sudden death, like to just force sudden death somehow.
That's something that I would actually Hakai. I would Hakai that out of existence. I don't like sudden death. It's my fault for letting them lay me out, but I hate that I have 3 characters, they only have 1, and then because the timer hits 0, I lose my characters. I'm like, no! No,
yeah, I've seen a lot of the discussion about it, right? So it's definitely a divisive mechanic in general. But when you lose your characters, you do get the resources, right? So if you had 3 characters and you only had like 1 bar super, like you'll get like 3 bars of super or 4 bars of super. I forgot how it adds up, but you get way more resource to work with in that sudden death, and you get their life bars added up. So if you had 3 characters all at like 1/3 or something, then you'll come to sudden death with like a full life bar. Versus theirs like 20% by themselves. That's all they still have basically.
And it's also my fault, I'm sure, because once I remembered super jump, I was like, oh well, realistically, if I super jump and air dash, like how are you going to keep me from closing in? Like realistically, So
it's like a last chance sort of situation.
Outside the casual level, I doubt we're going to see many timeouts and many sudden deaths.
Yeah,
we're not going to see too many.
If people are like super good, like you'll probably see some, but even still, it's the way it kind of is played out.
We're going to have a Justin Wong freaking Daigo situation, man. Like, just frustrating the hell out of the opponent.
So the thing that's interesting about, when I think about tag fighters and Justin Wong, like, I know him as, like, the runaway guy. Like, he's got a life lead, and he's trying to run away and survive, right? So, like, I can see him in a situation in this game where he gets a sudden death, and now he's got to run to survive in time, and it'll be hype just for the same reasons, essentially, to see if he can pull it off.
True.
So I can see that kind of happening. But sudden death is also the flip of that, too, right? It's like, if you're lower on health, you can't run away. You have to go in now. So it kind of like turns things on its head a bit.
I kind of want to rewatch his streams. I only saw clips. I want to watch him now and see what his reaction is to Monster Girl, because Justin Wong has a legendary beef with grapplers. He thinks that if you play a grappler, you're like scum of the earth, which is hilarious from a zoner.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, that's pretty funny. So the thing about Monster Girl, she's not a true grappler. Like, she doesn't, you can block her grabs. They're hit grabs, right? Lucan, on the other hand.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Yeah, so Lucan can actually...
I thought it was both. I thought there were grabs you combo into.
Lucan is the real grappler.
Yeah, so Lucan, if you're blocking, he will grab you and start a combo. And so I'm telling people right now, when this game launches in like 2 weeks or whatever it is, 2 weeks and 2 days, Lucan is going to be so effective day one because everyone is used to just blocking, and all of a sudden like, oh gosh, and he can also boost dash, so he can just, I'm in your face, guess, and it's awesome, very fun.
That was my fault too. I didn't use boost. I thought, dude, I go back on all the matches I lost, and I'm thinking, when they were just blocking me, and I thought, well, my character doesn't have an overhead, so what do? I could have just boosted back throw.
Yeah.
And that would have been a little tiny combo. Enough to scare them. Like, land that 3 or 4 times, they lose.
Yeah.
So do it into a super, they're probably dead. I didn't see what the scaling was off of back throw into like a level 3 or something, for example.
Back throw into like level 3 is good.
The fact that back throw's combo is scary.
No, it is. It's very, very scary. And that because of that, like, our throw system is different too, right? It's, if you think about most 2D fighters, you cannot react to the throw. You're kind of anticipating and like react, like say, oh, I'm in throw range, boom, guess throw, right? But in this game, the throw range window is like big enough that you can actually react to it if you're fast. So it's important because they do lead to combos, right? So definitely something to consider.
Is it like Tekken speed, I guess?
Yeah, it's like at first when we had it, I was breaking probably like 80 to 90% of throws. So I was like really good internally at being a throw breaker because of my Tekken background for that. But I was like, maybe it's too easy actually. So we made it harder. So it's probably just as hard as Tekken, if not harder. Because in Tekken you have to visually see it, and then you gotta say which throw is it, this one, that one, or that one, right? It's a 3-way visual recognition. In ours, it doesn't matter. If you see a throw, you can react to it. Boom, same 2 buttons always. So this one is definitely harder, but still reactable.
I still love that it's multi-button press because I hate how some versus fighters are like, oh, just get close enough and press forward in the heavy button. I'm like,
drove
no,
me crazy
I
before.
wanted when I do throw, I want to get throw. I want it to be that's what it is. Same with like Fatal Fury and King of Fighters. I don't like that it's direction and then your proximity.
Yeah.
No, I want my throw button. I want to get throw every time. Okay, let me have this
as well.
Nice, that's true.
I didn't test what happens in the air if you do a back throw. Do you still get like a little combo starter, or
in the
is
air,
it?
you got to be close to a wall. So if you back to someone
Okay,
into
do you
a
splat 'em?
wall,
Okay.
you get a wall splat. Yeah.
Cute. All right. Speaking of wall splat, when I first got hit by that with Omni-Man, his EX clapped. And I went. I was like, like so scared. I was like, oh my god, that is such a strong EX.
No,
Holy
it's
shit!
awesome, yeah.
Because you're there for a whole like second and a half.
like,
He can like dash in and keep it going.
Yeah, and he can combo into his level 3 from it. So he can just full screen, boosted clap, level 3, full screen. Yeah.
No, it's Superman all over again from the first Injustice.
Not nearly. I was a Superman main in the first Injustice, so I know. But yeah, it's nowhere near that good.
disgusting of
In
you.
fact, I feel like it's the opposite. Like it's probably not one of the better supers because it has to hit on the way down. It doesn't hit on the way up. So it doesn't have that instant.
Oh, I see what you mean. Now he goes up and comes down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's actually one of the slower started ones for that reason. So I wouldn't relate to Superman, which is super fast.
Somebody tried to wake up on me with that, and I did a jab, and I thought, I'm screwed. I just held block anyway.
Yeah.
But then I blocked it. I was like, oh, and then he rage quit when I got the punish. I was like, you son of a.
So the funny story about that, I think I can say this. So originally during development, I think maybe in the early versions, the Omni-Man ult was unblockable. So it was like kind of like a Shiva stomp where you had a dash out of it, so you had so a lot of times they would do the like, oh god, you're just mashing your boost and dash, like get the hell out of there. That was really fun and really cool, except like if somebody had really good meaty timing, you wake up right into an ult and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah,
so
it's the Green Arrow problem.
Maybe that's got to go. Yeah, it was very fun though. When we had
Green
it.
Arrow had that problem too in Injustice. Yeah, you could just set it up guaranteed pretty much, and there was no way out of it.
That would make Omni-Man the casual
And also, you have the
destroyer.
skill check. And it's also a knowledge check situation too, where I've always liked when games are more consistent. Like, hey, these supers are either, in some games, supers are always mids. They're not even a mix-up factor. They're just a mid. Some have armor, some don't. Some games go a bit further, like in Tekken, Lucky Chloe's super was a freaking low, which I kept forgetting. And I'm like, oh my god, I kept forgetting I have to duck on this. And then freaking Geese shows up and he has a fully unblockable one. You have to duck. I was like, oh shit. So there's little knowledge checks that I don't like having to worry about so much. So I'm glad that it's not an unblockable because that would terrify me. Now with Lucan or whatever, it's fine. He's a grappler. If you want to make it unblockable, whatever. Akali just got here in, is that her name, Akali?
Yeah,
In 2SKO. And despite being this crazy ninja character with like Ibuki kunais and stuff, she still has a throw super. I went into training mode and tested. I'm like, is it an attack throw or is it actually unblockable? Tails like, I had a block. It's an actual command grab.
Wow.
I was like, shit.
Cool.
That's like giving Cammy a command grab super. That's just wild.
Yeah, that's
no,
neat.
I don't think it's instant like Zangief, where he does it in front of your face and you're like, oh, shit, like GG. You're just done. I think you can hold up if you're not doing anything and dodge it, but still, it's scary.
Yeah.
to just have an unblockable.
That's fun.
Very interesting.
I love when
good stuff.
I feel like there's so many new fighting games now that as designers we kind of have like the opportunity to just have more freedom. Like we've already seen all these characters. Like do something new.
Exactly. Well, that's why Dupli-Kate, right?
Oh yeah.
And it's funny because I had an idea for a character about that in college when I was like, I'm going to make a fighting game one day. I'm a little design major. I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make a fighting game one day, and I'm going to have a character who has a hologram, but the hologram looks just like them, and you as the player can decide if it's a hologram or the real you, and the player has to know and react to which one is which, and that was my idea. And I'm like, I'm going to do it. Because YouTube took off, but when you have a head full of dreams.
Yep. I know the feeling.
Rip took on the succession for you of that idea, basically. Or
I will live through him.
or Morgan.
I'll ask him how it's going. I'll be like, how's it going, Rip?
Yeah, dude, I always wanted to make a game, but I never thought it would be a fighting, because I knew how hard it would be to make a fighting game, right? So in my head, I'm like, I'm going to make a game one day just to make a game. I'm saying an indie published game. It's going to be some little puzzle thing because I love Super Hexagon. I'll make my own Rip Super Hexagon, right? That's what I was thinking I would do.
Smart.
And just be like a bucket list item. Like, I did it. I made a game and I published it on Steam. And instead I'm here, I'm like, holy shit, this is so much cooler. It's awesome.
Yeah, there
Nice.
and you're not taking all the risks. You're not having to like fund it and everything.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. I get paid for it before it comes out. It's awesome.
That was smart though, because my first game I ever made in college, because I knew that hitboxes are a pain in the ass, and making them actually register correctly and check the right amount of frames every second. I was like, oh, there's so many issues that can happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to do a stealth game. It's so much easier. And I made a stealth game. Because like, oh, are you in the line of sight of the dot, like the thing looking for you? Oh, that's going to follow you now.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, did you escape it for a long enough amount of time? Now it disengages.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to code than like, is the move here? Is it here? Is it here?
Yep.
Is it here? Is it here? Hit. And so,
Dude, I've always known so much about fighting games, like at a technical level, right? But the development side's like another level of that, right? And luckily, we also have like a really sick engineering team. So it's like, well, yes, they're amazing, they're awesome, they fix everything. But I was going to say that sometimes you run into these situations because it's a brand new engine for a fighting game. Like, I don't mean like it's Unreal Engine, right? But it's like the fighting game layer is new. So when you compare it to, say, fighting games that were around for like 20, 30 years, like they've had that layer one like 30 years ago, and then they built upon it. And it's like, oh, this thing was slightly wrong, this thing was slightly wrong, et cetera, right? For us, it's like when you see it and you play, like everything's perfect. And then something will happen, like, why did that happen? And then you got to go to the technical level of it and look at those hitbox interactions and look at those routes, etc. You're like, why? Oh, and so it's pretty wild, the number of ways that fighting games are hard to make.
Nice.
It runs through a story back in the very first Mortal Kombat, the one back in the arcades, where there's a bug with just Sonya specifically, where they didn't get why it was happening. And I had my buddies, I taught game design for like 8 years as a teacher. And I was like, guys, I want you all to guess why this is happening. And what it ended up being is that if she landed a counter hit with her leg grab, that's the one time the coder forgot to re-engage the block during that one situation. So they just can't block after she does that. And because she can meaty walk up and do it again, it's an infinite.
Yeah.
So Sonya Blade in the first game had an actual infinite on counter hit leg grab. It was really busted. And it made her top 1, and nobody would even argue that she was top 1. And I'm like, interesting. So it's one of those situations like, why did that happen? Oh, turns out this weird thing happened and now we can't block. Okay, how did that happen?
No,
Let's figure it out.
In this game, I think it's interesting because in Invincible Versus, like we have these guardrails in place. So like say, we have a combo meter, therefore you shouldn't have an infinite combo, right? Or we have damage scaling. So like even if you had an infinite combo, you probably wouldn't kill them. Right? Like just things like that are built into the system. But then over time, like we started loosening some of the restrictions, and we're like, it looks good, and then people like will find a random infinite. We're like, that's not supposed to happen. So it's like you can do all you want to try to protect everything, but as soon as you loosen just a tiny bit, you open the door to anything happening in a fighting game, basically.
That's what was fun to watch too. You see a lot of fighting game players, not like even beginners, but they never played a versus game maybe, and they thought they found all this cheap stuff, and then it's like, no, there's a workaround for that. Like someone was doing the Adam Eve, like in the air. Like I think Sonic Fox was doing it at a low height, and people are like, oh, he already discovered an infinite block string. It's like there isn't one. You can just or you can heroic strike and pop them. Like there is no infinite. Like you're fine. This ain't Homelander in Mortal Kombat 1. You're okay. You're okay. You can get out of this. So that's cool. And you think they broke it, but they haven't. I will say some loops are just annoying to watch. Like just the one was doing the hey there with Alan, drops down.
Yep.
Hey there. And then like does it again. Hey there. And I'm like, come on, stop. I also wasn't a huge fan of how people were avoiding the, I keep forgetting the names again, but the legit combo breaker, the cost of health and the EX bar and all that. To try and avoid you from doing counter tag, they were just doing launch, spike, launch, spike. Because they're hoping your character comes in and misses with the timing.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I'm already tired of seeing this. I'm already tired of seeing people do this. It's like a cute workaround.
What's
so,
the
we'll see. Maybe like
the
it's
yellow
my
bar
fault.
meter called again? The
boost gauge.
Yeah, because I have noticed a lot of people just usually higher levels will just like use up all the 3 boost gauges to finish up their combo into a level 3 and stuff. So is that what you're sort of saying, dog?
No. So like when you do a tag counter, your teammate flies in to save you, but if your opponent does a move that takes you far enough from where you were when you called them, they can miss.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a bit of, again, it's like you always have to be involved. It's not brain dead like Combo Breaker in other games. So what I'm saying is the player who's comboing you knows you're going to try and go for that when the round first starts and they land a hit. So they'll just launch you, spike you all the way down, launch you all the way up, spike you all the way down, and just keep doing that. And they'll boost every now and then to keep it going for sure. But the idea is like, oh, you got to really time when you summon your guy, because if you don't, he's going to be too high and miss or too low and miss.
Yes.
And I'm like, son of a bitch. I hate that it's working, and I'm getting a bit nauseous watching the
the up and down part of it.
So.
I think like when we think about just just the combo system in general. Like the idea of having an open sandbox where you can kind of explore and come up with stuff. Like we want to keep that as open as possible so that you can have fun with it. But obviously, like when things get really loopy, we don't necessarily like that as much, right? We have different triggers we can pull. Like we can either increase the combo meter gain on those kind of things, or we can reduce the amount or increase the amount of damage scaling on it so that it's not optimal even, right? So like as an example, like if it did, you can do the combo, but it's not going to be as much damage as doing a real combo, right? But then maybe if you do the less damage one, it's harder for them to assist breaker, by a little bit. So you're deciding in your head, do I do the combo that's going to be less damage guaranteed, but I have a chance at avoiding an assist breaker, or do I do the combo that's going to be more damage and a more consistent assist breaker, right? So like all those different things come into play. But on the other side of it, it's just we want you to be able to do whatever you can in the combo, but then unless it gets super loopy, because then we try to reward creativity, I think, instead of rewarding loops.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Smart. All right, Sonic, any more questions from the fans or any more topics?
Absolutely.
I'm sure he has a lot.
Yeah, I've got a couple. I'm not sure how much you know about this aspect of things, but there were a couple people who were wondering about the microtransaction of the game, or like how is it going to like work and stuff? Is it Battle Pass? Is it in-game shop? DLC in the Steam store?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Okay, yeah.
I honestly have no idea. Like I know we have a pass. I know we have like a season pass with DLC characters.
Yeah.
I don't know what else is included or involved or anything like that. I know we have an Omni-Man skin with the open beta. I know that the PC players are going to have a way to get that eventually, but I don't know details.
Okay, yeah, because that's.
And I'm sure
I
we'll
wonder
get
if they're
details
going to
soon.
reveal the entire. Are they going to reveal the entire season on launch day?
Season.
We did.
Or-
I mean, we announced 2 of the DLC characters, right, so far, and there's 2 more for the season coming up.
Yeah.
And there's no release
okay.
date for when those will be announced or anything. So, it's a kind of a wait and see thing.
My bad.
Yeah.
Also, it's only $50 too, right? So that's really cool as well.
No,
So,
definitely.
love that.
$49.99.
I like the art style of the game too. Some people were trying to say, "Oh, I don't like how it looks." I'm like, "What are you guys talking about? Adam Eve has an actual face in this game." Like I feel like in the cartoon, everyone has like a similar face structure. Even the eyebrows look similar. But in the game, I'm like, "Oh, that's how Adam Eve actually looks.
Yeah.
This is cool. That's an actual unique face." Same with Mark. I'm like, there needs to be a maskless option for Mark.
That is cool.
'Cause I see him in the main menu. I'm like,
I've seen a lot of people say that
this is
about
what
the
I
main
wanna
menu.
play.
Oh,
phase,
that's
too.
right.
Yeah.
He is maskless on the main menu. That's true.
and I wanted the blue costume but without the eyes because I'm so used to the eyes being broken off when he fights.
Already
Kombat with the
broken
little
off.
goggles. So I want blue Mark but without the goggles. He looks badass.
Yeah, I think that the costume breaks. I think while you're fighting anyway. So if you whatever
If you take damage.
you're wearing, if you take damage, you'll break your goggles a little bit probably. But yeah, as an Invincible fan, just I've seen the progression of our game in general. So if you can go back at all the old footage, right? Because we started releasing trailers back at Evo last year, and you can compare how the game has progressed artistically.
Oh yeah.
So I like where it's at, and I'm a big fan of it, and I think it's the best the IP has looked.
It actually looks so
100%.
much better since the initial trailer came out. It's like, oh, there's actually like this like comic outlines for like the characters when they find stuff. It looks way better now.
Tons of details too, and the lighting is pretty.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff that came in over time basically, and I think a lot of that was probably like performance things. Like you try to make sure like, can we run 10 duplicates at a time on the screen? Like and add the lighting. We'll see. Yeah. So I mean, like seriously,
glad
our
y'all are doing
engineering
a
team is
style.
awesome.
And I'm glad y'all are doing a style and not just doing the cliche, oh, the game looks realistic, because then it's outdated in like 1 or 2 years. Whereas when it's got a style, it's timeless.
Right.
So this game should look good for a very long
True.
time because it's got an art style, which
Yeah.
I think is neat.
And it's its own art style too, which is pretty cool. Like I mean, it's not. I'm like, we're not inventing the wheel here, but it is unique to itself compared to other games out at the moment.
No, I agree because the lazy option would have been to just copy what like ArcSys does, where it's like, oh, it's cell shaded to look like the cartoon, and that could have been cool. But I like that y'all chose a sort of 3D that looks like smooth. I like it. It's
It does
fun.
remind me of American comics, that kind of style. Yeah.
And then when they get bloody, it's like a cool contrast because when you first see the characters, it looks like a clean little rated E for everyone fighting game. Then it's like, oh, you get hit by a super, and it's like, oh fuck, he's like got a big black eye and he's got scratches all over his suit. And the
love
suits
that.
take damage in real time, which is cool too. A lot of fighting games have stopped doing that because it's hard to keep track. I like that y'all actually have it because I imagine
very
every
cool.
costume's going to have its own unique
Yeah.
damage that it takes. So that's cool.
Nice.
No, it's really cool, like the damage over time, etc. And even the idle stances of the characters change over time too after you
Yes.
take damage. So your idle stance is not
Oh,
the
I
same.
noticed that.
Yeah, so you'll see like
That is
them
really
hunched
cool.
over, they're looking more tired, etc. Maybe they walk a little funnier.
Robot sparking.
Yeah, it's just
Robot actually sparks and has like damage to his armor when he's like taking damage, which is cute.
Yeah, it's like the little details you don't notice when the game is moving as fast as it does.
I'm hoping for a certain outfit from the comics that he'll get at some point. That'd be very
Robot
nice.
or who?
Perhaps I've said too much.
Which character were you even talking about?
No, Sonic's right. I was talking about Robot.
Oh,
Interesting.
But yeah, we'll see.
You're talking
cool.
about the little details. One thing I'm super looking forward to appreciating even more are the stage destructions, because that actually looks super sick looking at those.
Yeah, I mean, I personally like really enjoy that. You know, it's one of those things where on the dev side, you know, we'll see the new map come in, but it's like not done yet, so we can't really play it, you know, because the performance isn't done, etc. And over time you see like, oh, that map was cool, and then over time you get to see the destruction version, we're like, oh shit, that's so sick, you know, like the chandelier breaks, you know, like all that kind of details. I love that. So yeah, it's been fun. I love that process, and I love seeing the stages. Even the Himalayas, there's like a lot of subtle stuff you don't really notice as much. Like you're in the Himalayas, obviously, but there's no stage, so the mountains aren't going to break, right? But there's like avalanches and stuff that happen in the background.
Oh, nice.
Very cool. Yeah, the city is the best one right now in the beta, at
for
least,
sure
to
for
like
me.
see all the stuff flying around. Because even just the clash, and they go back to neutral, like you see the building fall apart, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like a car gets knocked over, like, oh
I'm
shit.
looking very forward to
Fun,
destroying
fun.
Titan's mansion. that actually was super sick.
No, I love that penthouse. I love the lighting in that penthouse too.
Yeah. Just straight up the season 1, episode 5 like lighting.
Yeah. Battle Beast. That's where his ult comes from too.
yes.
That's his intro, even, I just realized also, because I don't think he can normally just
Out
teleport,
of the
but that's
portal.
how he gets summoned by. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Speaking of intros, while Sonic gets the next question ready, I like how when you have characters fight each other who are normally friends, it explains why they're beefing. It's not some cute like, oh, we're just sparring. Then one of them fucking dies. Like they explain like they're actually mad at each other, which is great. I like that.
Yeah.
Like Mark will say some unforgivable stuff to his dad, or like some really mean stuff to Eve, and back and forth. Like I love this. It's like a fun scenario where they are ready to hurt each other.
That part threw me off for sure at first, because I remember like the first one, like, damn, Eve is so mean in this. You know, like what the hell? Like she really wants to fight people. So that part got me for a second, but no, I do love the writing and all the lines and everything, the dialogue between all the characters. There's a lot of fun lines in there for sure.
And then I wonder which ones are exclusive or not. Like, does their in-fight dialogue change based on who they're hitting too,
You mean the
or
clash?
not? Like, does Mark say more mean stuff? Because I know that when I did the arena transfer in training mode against Omni-Man when I was playing Mark, he went "fuck you" and launched him to the next stage, and I'm like, wait, is that unique against his dad, or is that like does everyone do say "fuck you" when he hits them?
It would be cool to get more unique stuff in for sure. I think right now most of the writing has been for the intros. I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
don't quote me on it, but I'm
There's a
like,
lot of them too.
no, there's a lot.
Even like mirror matches have like 4 different options.
When they clash, I remember some of them have like the unique ones.
Oh, when they clash.
Yeah, when the two characters like clash together, there are some of them that are unique. But those are really sick. I always love listening
I'm
to
too
them.
busy locking in. Oh, there's gonna be entire YouTube channels doing just that.
Wait, what happened now?
Oh, I'm saying that because the intros, like whenever you have intros in a fighting game that are that unique and there's that much variety, there are channels that only do that on day one.
yeah. Gotcha.
To do
Yeah.
like Mark versus everyone, Eve versus everyone, you know, blank versus blank. And so we gotta look forward to that being spammed all over the recommended, like the week one the game comes out.
Gonna happen.
And then you're
All the clickbaits of like, oh, Eve flirts with every boy.
oh yeah,
and
yeah,
you
the
get, like,
clickbait
little hearts on
thumbnail.
their
That
eyes or
character just
something.
doesn't say that, but it's in the thumbnail.
They just don't, like fake speech bubbles and everything in the thumbnail.
Oh, I hate those so much. But it works. I clicked
I
on
know
it.
I'm gonna retire early.
Easy
Oh,
views.
God, yeah. You know it's not true.
How long does Quarter Up intend to support the game? Are you looking at a Killer Instinct lifespan or an NRS lifespan?
I don't need that's a odd time scale because KI was through 2 different development teams, etc. Right?
Yeah, that's
so I
true.
think the honest answer to that question is just, you know, as long as we can. But it really depends on, you know, how this community responds and accepts the game, right? Like if nobody buys it, I don't think we're going to season 10. You know what I'm saying? But if 10 bajillion people buy it, I think that, you know, maybe a season 10 becomes a possibility, right? So it's all kind of unpredictable at the moment. It's just kind of a wait and see approach. And personally, you know, this is a little bit off tangent, but I think there's a lot of games that go esports first. So it's like, you know, like we really push heavily on esports and focus on that kind of a plan instead of focusing on like, is this game fun and do people want to play it? And then if the esports scene like fills out afterwards, that's great, right? I think it's kind of the same idea here where, you know, if the game is well received and people like it and want to play it more, then yeah, we want to do more with it as well, right? So it's just I don't know, it's natural expectations. I feel like you know, if it does well, it does well. You'll get more. If it doesn't do well, you'll get less. I think that's kind of where it's at.
Gotcha.
That's why everyone watching this podcast is going to buy 10 copies because we don't want a 2XKO situation where after like week 1, they have to come out and go, yeah, so by the way, we're putting the brakes on a little bit.
Yeah,
like we're already
rough,
cutting
dude.
the team
knock,
in half.
knock on wood, and fingers crossed.
Yeah, I still have my job. I still have
Exactly.
it for now. Until they hear this podcast,
It's
I'm out of there.
Invincible.
It's gonna be all you guys' fault.
Title card.
No, yeah,
I'm going to play as Damien Darkblood with a giant axe. That's going to be like season 2.
Man. I am working on a character, just starting to, for later. So it's like, it's exciting because, like I said, I've only done a couple characters, right? So the next one's fun too.
Nice.
I feel bad they stuck you with zoners first. You're like, oh, come on, man. They're fine, but they're like probably the least fun to like design normally.
I mean, I think it's actually easier for me to design zoners anyway because my history is like I play a lot of characters that happen to have zoning. Like I'm a Sagat player, I'm a freaking Injustice Superman player, I'm a Noob Saibot player. So I'm very familiar with zoners anyway. But it would be nice to just as a designer to like learn how to design something else. Like a grappler would be so far out of my comfort zone that would be interesting to me. Just as a designer aspect.
You guys hear that? You hear that? He's complaining about zoner characters again, so perhaps this new one is another zoner. Ooh.
I said I wanted to do a grappler. How did you say that?
Oh, you wanted to, but maybe you didn't get to.
Oh, I mean, you're just trying to put words in my mouth, but that's all good.
Speaking of...
he's trying to get information out of him. It's just terrible.
Speaking of characters, I will say this is another question. This is probably the most asked question that we received, and I can kind of assume the answer. I'm going to ask it anyways. So, any thoughts on potential guest characters for your game, especially coming from like Image Comics or like Robert Kirkman, like other projects and stuff like that?
Yeah, I've seen that kind of a question.
Walking Dead character.
I mean, I think people don't realize that, right?
Science
like Skybound
dog.
is Walking Dead, Robert Kirkman's Walking Dead, and Invincible. So personally, right? Like, first of all, let's start here. First of all, I don't have any say over any of that.
Of course.
Second of all, I feel like as an Invincible fan, there's so many characters in that universe that we don't have in the game.
Yes.
I want to see there, right?
I agree.
I feel like we need to get in all the people that I really want to see before we start looking at guests. That's like my personal opinion about it because I'm an Invincible fan, so I want to see the Invincible characters.
I want that random redhead Viltrumite with the little yellow visor who got his head crushed by Nolan on the alien bug planet. I want that guy. I want him.
No.
All right, all you. I think there may be more interesting characters in the universe, but
I'm getting that Dragon Ball Xenoverse energy where they put everybody in, where it's like you can even play like this one like background character from this other game. Get in there.
yeah, I see so much stuff like people are like, yo, man, when's Debbie gonna be in the game? Like, you really want to see Debbie in this game? Get beat up like that? I don't want to see that.
True Underdog is advocating for Debbie, from what I recall.
I mean, based on this earlier cake discussions, I believe it.
I said famous last words, actually. I got memed. I turned myself into a meme because I said, guys, listen, I get the memes are all fun. We all want to see Debbie in the game. I see all the funny comments. We all want to see Cecil, but there's some characters that aren't going to be in there. And then I thought to myself after saying it in my head, Cecil could actually work in this game. Then they put him, I'm like, well, I've never been happier to be wrong, so it's fine.
You were advocating for Donald, and I was like, actually, what if that works for Cecil? I remember like we were having that discussion. So when you guys announced Cecil, I'm like, awesome. So cool.
I mean, some of the interesting discussions about Cecil are like, can he super jump? I'm like, wait, what? What do you mean? Like, it's a tag fighter.
Like boots?
He has to have a super jump. And like, we're giving him a teleport, so he could. Why wouldn't he be able to go anywhere? It's like, well, he's an old guy. Well, he's lets come down after he teleports. Like, what if his knees buckle or something? I'm like, what the hell? Like these are not things I'm thinking about as a combat designer, So it's just interesting to have those kind of discussions. But I do like the way Cecil turned out. He's a lot of fun. The version of him that we had originally, like forever ago in the closed alpha, was less fun to play against. I think the retail version is much more fun to play against. And I think that
it's a bit more fair. Gotcha.
And he's very fun though. Like I've actually been playing him a lot recently, and his combos are really, really cool looking that I didn't expect to have either. So
nice.
You mix Cecil in with his and his wave dashing, bro. Oh man. I'll say I like the retail version more than the open beta version. And yeah, Cecil.
Does he have jet boots or something?
A monster, bro. Monster.
Interesting.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's funny you brought that up because I'm thinking about in Dragon Ball FighterZ when they added Master Roshi and when they announced he was going to be DLC but no gameplay yet, people said, wait, every character in the game so far can boost where they fly at the opponent, but Master Roshi infamously can't fly.
Yeah.
So what's going to be their like workaround for this? Surely they're not going to make him be the only character who can't fly. No, they did. He can't super dash. Instead, he fires his Kamehameha in the wrong direction and launches himself.
Very
It's
cool.
really cute.
Yeah.
So I like those ideas of like working around it. Like, how are we going to make this work? How are we going to make that work?
Yeah.
And of course, sometimes you got to suspend your disbelief, like how
You have
Rex
to.
would die in one punch. We're not going to do that, obviously.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
That wouldn't be fun.
I've had friends be like, "How is Dupli-Kate even punching Omni-Man? That doesn't make sense."
Yeah, no, there's a lot.
You're not fun. That friend's not fun. No one likes that guy. Well, actually, like Mark is stronger than everyone at this point on the board, so he should just be dog walking like
No,
everybody.
you gotta wear the day one Mark outfit to make sure people be like, "Okay, that's season 1 Mark." It's like if you want to be
Ooh.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the pre-order bonus. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna rock that on when I play
You get to have
Mark.
the day one Mark.
Yeah, day
a
one
cute
mark. What's the name of the Omni-Man?
I want
one?
blue
keep forgetting
mark.
the name of it.
Viltrumite or the Coalition?
Coalition one. That's
Coalition.
The one.
Yeah,
Planets. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the skin. I like that one.
You guys
I like that a
timed
lot.
that so well because I think both of you aren't caught up yet on the show, but then it's a minor spoiler.
How dare you,
When he wears that outfit, he has no beard yet. But then
bruh?
like afterwards he grows the beard, and it's like the episode he grows the beard was the exact time you released that trailer where you show the skin.
Oh wow.
I'm like,
Yeah.
See,
did
I
you
didn't
guys
know
plan
that. That's awesome. I'm telling you, like our marketing team is awesome. And again, like our company is new, our studio is new, but we have veterans from the entire industry, like all kind of come together to work on this project, right? And it's like even on the marketing and social side, it's the same sort of thing, and they are just like all professionals, like awesome. Like for me as
Nice.
as someone who was kind of a content creator now into this kind of position, I'm like seeing these like pros work. I'm like, whoa, what the hell? Like you guys are pretty darn good at your jobs, huh? Cool. it's pretty fun.
It's nice to have professionals on the team. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm thinking about the different DLC characters and stuff. It's fun to
Just
speculate
in
on.
there's
speculation
still a
mode.
Yeah, I can tell. I mean, I can't talk about them, obviously, like the characters that are potentials or anything, right? But there's just so much in the universe that I would want to see. So I just know that, like, the speculation part for fans is just gonna be fun in general.
Oh yeah. There's already been like fan lists of like what the roster could be and stuff, and I totally agree with like what you're saying about like focusing on the Invincible characters first, because as like a Mortal Kombat fan, it's like we got cool guest fighters, but like I would like some of the more Mortal Kombat like characters, you know, and maybe a little less guest fighters. So like that is I do agree with the assessment of more Invincible characters.
Yeah, I mean, I think NRS has been pretty cool about their guest characters. I've always enjoyed them.
True.
Like seeing like, wait a second, what do you mean T1000 is gonna be in here? And we had Terminator in the game before, and now we got RoboCop versus T1000. Oh, you know, whatever it is. It's just like that kind of guest character is always super fun for me in the Mortal Kombat universe. And they always pick characters that kind of fit and would be able to get fatalities, etc. Right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's pretty cool. Especially like even Omni-Man. I forgot about that.
That's right.
You know, like that was a really well done integration. So you know, he was in a fighting game before our fighting game, which is pretty crazy.
Indeed.
I liked how his entire gimmick was being supersonic. Even during his intro, like hits you. I was like, oh shit. Guy's just way too quick.
True.
And that's going to be Annisa in the
Annisa.
game, apparently. She's the one who goes like,
She's got the
moves around.
stance
Yeah,
just
so-
like just like Omni-Man too.
Oh yeah, it's true. Actually,
Oh, does she have like a little
it's
counter
similar
stance?
It is similar
Oh,
to MK1.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know, MK11. I'm
No,
so mixed
MK1,
right now.
MK1.
MK1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to
Confusing.
like that ability on Wake Up because I wasn't quite able to figure out what to do still when people wake up mashing. I'm like, trying to meaty them without armor is tough. So maybe I'll want to just stance on them as a Annisa. Just like, just grab them like after a pair, like, got your ass. It's like, ah.
Yes. Internally, I've seen that. And it is effective. She's got like a double. Very cool.
Oh, like a little back and forth. Yeah, it's fun. Just like Alex in his Prowler stance in Street Fighter 6. You can go in and then scoot up.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
I think whenever she goes into the stance, she'll say like "come on" like that and something.
That was a good impression, bro.
When you guys playtest it, like she just keeps saying "come on, come on, come on." This is pretty funny.
No, not more ways to taunt me. I already fought one opponent that was taunting me on purpose.
Oh,
and I was like,
really?
no,
Oh, wow.
not like this. Yeah. And it was the worst kind where he was barely winning or even losing, but he'd still find a chance to taunt when he killed one of my characters. And I'm like, oh, if I lose this match, like he's doing mental stack just by like the thought of losing is
Whoa.
bothering me, you know, because he's taunting every chance he gets.
That's funny.
I did think robots is cute. A little flower comes up. I'm like, oh, little robot in his flower.
That's a little nod to the show, too, right? Which fight is that? I think that was after the penthouse fight.
Oh, maybe so.
Yeah, it's after Amanda gets beat up.
Yeah.
Oh no, I
think
kind of
so.
mentally blocked out that episode because I didn't like that episode.
Why?
What?
I like the Battle Beast part. No, I like the Battle Beast part,
Yeah.
but the rest of it didn't make sense because I'm like, dude, they're just nerfing my boy Invincible so this fight is tough because he should just be plowing through these people. We've seen him like not take damage while texting, like when that rhino's trying to hit him or the elephant guy. So I'm like, realistically, how is anyone else physically, like, they got the little tendrils out of his stomach. I'm like, how are you doing enough damage to even hurt him? And the lava guy has lava. I'm like, we've seen Mark go into lava to like save somebody. So how is this even hurting him? And I was like, I'll suspend my disbelief. But oh yeah, right there.
I mean, to be fair, like
lava.
Battle Beast wasn't supposed to appear there in the original show, so.
Actually, I'm wrong about that. Apparently, he does.
Oh really? I thought he didn't. Oh.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he does.
Yeah, I was wrong. I lied about that on the comeback things. I forgot. I messed up.
Horrible.
I thought that he didn't show up until later, and that was a creative choice on the show because the show does make a lot of changes that are really clever, like the Debbie incident. That's a change. So,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah, so I haven't seen that yet, but I've heard it's very good. So I'm looking forward to that. And in general, I feel like while there are changes in the show, it's been pretty spot on with the comic, right? Like obviously there are some departures and some parts that get fleshed out better or more or less, etc. But I feel like that's expected of any show. But in general, I feel like they've done a really good job of staying pretty close to what the comics are.
Yeah, and the changes aren't too drastic.
Yeah, they're just making it better. It's not changing anything too bad.
Yeah.
Most of the time better, yeah. That thing you mentioned about Debbie is probably the best thing this season, in my opinion.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward. Maybe when I fly to Brazil, I'll have time to catch up on all the shows I've been missing out on.
Actually,
There you go.
by next week, season 4 will end. Then you can just watch the entire season in one go.
The whole thing. And the following week is when I fly to Brazil, so it'll be perfect.
Nice.
Like I got I think 12, 14 hours or whatever flying. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Oh, perfect.
I'm gonna catch up on
Is that
everything.
for more Invincible Versus stuff?
I'm going down to Gamescom for Invincible Versus. Yes. And
Nice.
so it sucks because it means I'm missing the launch of the game. I'm like, I want to be here. I want to be streaming it the day of the launch. I'll be out in Brazil, which is not a bad place to be either. I'm happy to be out there, but it's the launch.
That's how I felt when I was recording content at Evo, and then I think Street Fighter V was still going, and they hadn't even. So Sagat and G got announced at the finals, and then it goes playable tomorrow. Everyone in the stadium freaks out, and I'm like, no, I can't fucking make that video while I'm here. Damn it.
Yeah.
This is the worst news. Stop cheering. No. Give me a week to get home.
I know.
Yeah.
The Evo special.
The Evo mix-up.
That'll be for me when Marvel Tolkien comes out, because like Invincible Versus comes out, excellent. Gonna dedicate time for that. The Avatar fighting game comes out, excellent. Gonna play that. Marvel Tolkien. I'm in Japan for 2 weeks. Damn it! Marvel Tolkien. That's the one I wanted to play.
Wow.
I forgot about these 2 other tag games coming out. It really
Right?
is
Well,
the
Avatar
era
is a
of the
single
tag
game.
Fighter, so.
Yeah, Avatar.
Avatar is
Oh, you're right,
1v1.
you're right, my bad.
It's
It just has
2XKO,
the
Invincible,
background
and
character,
Marvel
that's all.
Tolkien that are the
Yeah.
tag games.
Yeah, and we're all different. 2v2, 3v3, 4v4.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
neat.
And then 1v1 in Avatar.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. And there's even the option, like you said, to do 1v1 in 2SKO, right? But you just get amped in every
Yeah,
way.
actually there is. Yeah.
I think.
Oh, yeah. Juggernaut, I think it is.
Which is so lame. It's so lame.
It's hard.
Disgusting. Learn the characters. Don't just learn your one guy and beef him up. Wish I had more questions prepared, but I'm just going with Sonic's flow.
We're just chilling.
I'm almost done with these questions here, really. But we're just kind of having fun chatting. I'm not sure where this would go, but I think I'll ask it anyways. Thoughts on mods?
Oh, I don't have any. Actually, I'm not someone who runs them anyway. Like, I'm a PC gamer in general, but I've never really been into like the mod scenes. So I don't really know much about it even, so like the only stuff that I've even tried on my own PC was to make games run to higher like frame rates, like, oh, this one's locked to 60. Well, I want to unlock it to 120 or whatever, right? Because my monitor goes like stupid numbers. So like those are the only kind of mods I've looked at. Beyond that, like I have no knowledge about anything. So not the right person to ask about mods probably.
That's good news because now we know that when you're commentating, you're never going to accidentally have a naked mod for Chun-Li when you're streaming a tournament, like with Street Fighter. That was so legendary. I'm so happy that happened. Terrible for them.
You're so happy that happened.
It's so funny to know that actually happened. Because it's such a funny story,
It's funny,
but also
yeah.
it's like whenever they try to say that whenever they try to say like my community of the Mortal Kombat fans are really goony, I can go, guys, come on. Remember what one of your professionals did? That was like your pro guy. That was your streamer guy, and he had the nudie mods. All right, so let's not even go there.
He just clicking download all, bro. He wasn't trying to pick it.
Yeah, I just have the default of that one, and he slipped and fell, and he hit the enable button.
Yeah.
He actually just tripped over and downloaded all that.
Could have been worse. Could have been naked Zangief, I guess, or something.
Oh boy. That would have been crazy.
Could have been all that man.
I guess I am interested in seeing how this game will turn out, like mod-wise, eventually. Well, I really only have about like one or two-ish questions left that some of the fans have submitted. So I guess I could ask maybe like a very simple question over here. Favorite Invincible character?
Ooh, man, it's kind of changing now that I've been on the game more. Because I think if you had asked me that before I worked on the game, it probably would have just been Mark. Like maybe Battle Beast. And now that I'm on the game, I'm like more Battle Beast than Mark. So it's kind of shifted in that way.
Cool.
But yeah, I think Bulletproof in the game is so much cooler than he ever was in the comics too. It's just another one of those examples where
glow up.
it's like, oh, I did not care about this character as much in the comic, but now because of the game, I'm like, I kind of like this character. He's a lot of fun.
Nice.
Same thing with Annisa. Was not as much of a fan of Annisa in the comics, but in the game, way more of a fan. So it's weird how the comic
Gotta glow up.
Yeah, and a lot of the characters too have that.
That's cool.
So, the character I can tell you this, the character I hate the most. Powerplex. I cannot stand that character, bro. Like in the comics, like very good, like very emotional character, emotional depth, etc. Right? But man, I don't know. He's a whiner, bro. I can't deal with it.
You can't keep getting away with
Apparently
this.
very traumatizing on the voice actor, because he did Breaking Bad and all that. He said it was actually really hard on his mental to like get to that character. And I'm like, but you played Jesse. Like that guy was way more mentally traumatized than Powerplex, I feel like. But
he does play a lot of like traumatized characters now I think about it, Aaron Paul.
Yeah. He's awesome though.
And he's got adjust frames and stuff, I think they said. That's like Powerplex's gimmick, is that he has the little adjust frame timing.
It's pretty crazy.
Which is funny because he's a character you would think can't focus on that kind of strict timing because he's dealing with all of his grief and his inner trauma, but no, you lock in when you play Powerplex. You gotta have that perfect timing to do the character.
So when you say you hate him, would you say it's like you're annoyed fighting against him or playing as him?
No, I'm talking about the character. Just the character.
Just in general.
Okay,
Yeah, just the character. Yeah. No, yeah. I when I think about that part of like the universe, I'm like, no, this is the character in the universe. I'm like, nah, I don't like this character.
Gotcha.
I'm not looking forward to him. But in the game, the gist frames are really interesting. We've had some FGC playtests where we invite people to come and try it out and give us feedback that we can incorporate into the how the character's being fleshed out essentially. And everyone loved the gist frames because I think the best feedback about it was that they're not the same as like the boosted versions. Like I think the easy way would have been just been like, oh, you do the regular version. If you do the gist frame, you get a boosted one for free. So it's not that way, right? So they're each distinct. Regular version, gist frame version, boosted version. So it's and it's not easy. Like as someone who is decent at timing and fighting games and fighting game timing even, not easy. So if you ever see a Powerplex who's like landing a gist frame every time, it'll be impressive to see. I'm
also assuming that like there's even like tactic to sometimes land the not just frames for certain combos and stuff like that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think the way it works, you'll definitely have a lot of different routes because of the way the gist frames work.
I see the design. I see the vision now. The idea is to make you so frustrated with your own mental stack trying to play the character correctly that you get frustrated and you become Powerplex where you're screaming while playing the character. You get hit by it. You're trying to do your really tough just frame combo only to barely mess up and then get caught with the wake up button mash auto combo. He can't keep getting away with it.
It's perfect.
I'm trying to learn the character and he's mashing on me. I think Omni-Man's my favorite, but only because I started off watching the show before reading the comic. Then that dreaded season 2 pause happened, and I couldn't stand it, so I just had to read the whole comic series, and I did. But yeah, I liked Omni-Man because stuff actually happened when he showed up. I was like, oh shit, when he enters the room, he might just kill everybody. I don't know. And that made it fun.
True.
Like the tension was great. And then he has the whole turnaround. So yeah it's really cool to see him like change. He's my boy. I like
basically
Omni-Man.
every Omni-Man scene, you're just like, all right, quiet everybody. Omni-Man's here.
Even just the way he kills people sometimes is creative. Like when he killed that one soldier in his house by slapping him across the aisle and then it cut him in half because he couldn't handle the force. I was like, yeah, that was awesome. Tight. Just
not, of course, that original Guardians fight. That was awesome.
Reason to start watching the show.
And that was different from the comics. Apparently, like in the comics, that doesn't happen until like issue 7 or 8 or something. And I'm like, oh, so much better to just start with it.
Yeah.
Because then you're left wondering the whole season, like, why did he do that?
Yep.
I want to like him. He seems like such a good dad. Like, he has to have his reasons. And like, you're wondering what it is. Same with the robot. Like, what's his motivation? What's he doing? Like, I'm really curious. And I was wrong. I thought he was trying to become human. I was close.
Well, I mean,
close-ish.
he kind of becomes human by the end of season 1, right? Kind of.
Well, he was already human. He's just deformed. But yeah, I thought he was like actually a robot and was interested in becoming an organic life. And that's why he was stealing the stuff to clone. I thought he wanted to become.
I see, yeah.
And I even thought that's why he liked Monster Girl, because she's technically two different things like spliced together. So he's probably thinking, how can I reverse engineer that? Because she goes from girl to monster body. Maybe I can go from robot to organic body using her, whatever works on her. Concept, I can reverse do it. Yeah. And then I was completely wrong. He just thought she was interesting.
Deep thoughts with the
dog. By the way, I love that she like de-ages like 2 weeks, just a aura farm on.
Oh yeah, we love that.
But boom, it's awesome.
Exactly, yes.
Fantastic. Love
we definitely want.
Someone even joked like, "Oh, that should give her like a 2% damage boost or something." Since in the lore, every time she changes back, she gets like a boost technically. So she should get a little amp from doing it. I'm like, it could be something to work on for fun to add to the character.
Interesting.
Except don't, because I hate fighting her already. So.
Yeah.
She does have the most surprising assist.
I hate the 5 punch that she does where she advances.
I hate
that it pushes her back on the last hit. I'm like, no, I want to punish, and she gets. Boop.
There's strategies for that defensive stuff. You learn over time.
I bet I could push block maybe one hit early and she'll whiff, and then I can just. But yeah,
there's stuff. Yeah.
We'll see.
Her assist does feel like a jump scare most of the time.
For the assist, yeah. Dude, that was so fast before too. It was crazy.
I noticed. You did.
Thankfully, the open beta is slowed down compared to the original version of that, because you had no shot before, like 0 shot. It was like really crazy. So now at least I feel like I block it sometimes. You know?
Yeah.
It's like audio. It's like crazy.
I also love that her dash is a hop. Little stuff like that I get hype about, you know?
Yeah.
Because Rex can run, but then some characters can dash, and she hops. I don't even think she can wave dash, right? Because she's committed to the hop,
right?
I think.
That's correct.
Yeah, which is neat. I like that. I didn't see what her boost looks like. Is it just like a longer hop, or does she like change the animation when she does a boost?
It is a longer dash hop thing.
Oh, cute.
And she's armored. Okay, she's armored during it.
Ooh. Nice.
Cute.
Nice.
Yeah. Because she is I'm going to get in. She's kind of like Juggernaut. She's not a grappler. She's just, I'm the armored get in big body.
Yeah.
Although the health is universal in this game, or am I wrong about
health
that?
Health is universal per character.
I thought so.
Makes sense.
Which is good. It can be cute to mix it up a little bit, but it's also nice to know when it's consistent, because you're like, oh, she might be intimidating, have these big armor moves, but she still bleeds the same as every other character. So I can still kill her.
Yep.
Like I still know what moves to do. Whereas when you're fighting a really healthy character like Zangief and like Street Fighter 4, you're like, Jesus Christ, how long is this going to take to kill this guy?
I mean,
how many Shoryukens do I have to land from him jumping in before he's even lost a third of his health?
It's actually interesting. I like that concept in fighting games, like when Street Fighter has like, Akuma with low HP, and you hit him combo, you're like, damn, look how much that did to Akuma, right? That kind of that works out at times, and we haven't had to do that for any characters yet, so maybe in the future if we have to, but like for now everything's universal.
It is a easy way to like nerf and buff characters, like just value that. Yeah,
it's the coward's way, Sonic. It's the coward's way to buff or nerf a character, because it doesn't address the actual issue. I don't care that Akuma has low health. I care that Akuma has every single move in the game, and it gets me salty. They made his teleport a command grab, Sonic. It's really confusing in 6. I think he's teleporting and he grabs me. It's really weird.
That's crazy. I haven't played much 6 lately.
Yeah, it's a really diabolical thing. I've said to my buddy, I'm like, whoever did that, I hope they spend extra time in purgatory or something in the afterlife, because that's a diabolical move. Like the fact that he does a teleport, and I think, oh, he's just gonna like reposition, and I get thrown. I'm like,
that's
it
mean.
Looks like a teleport. He's had that teleport for like 2 decades.
I feel like that's
2 decades of muscle memory.
That's my favorite thing about working on this game, is that there's no legacy knowledge of it. Like everything you see is like new, right? Like there's no 2 decades of, man, but Mark had a command grab always, bro. Like how do they take that away from him, right? So it's kind of interesting to think about it from that lens. And I love that for the DLC too. It's because like, you know who the characters are, but you've never seen them in a fighting game before, so you have no idea what the moveset will be, right? Like,
exactly.
You can come with all the ideas you want, but this never existed.
That is very cool. It's just a character we like, but we have no idea well, I mean, we know what they do in the show, but we have no idea how it's going to turn into gameplay.
Yeah.
Well, I've only got one more question here. It's a very easy one that a fan wrote for us here. It is by the default. Is that how you spell default? Default fans 2118, and this person asks, favorite Invincible meme.
Oh man, favorite Invincible meme. I think the one I've been like hooked on more is just such a basic one, but it's just the "Are you sure?" Like at first, like I think
classic.
forever ago it was the Omni-Man think one, right? But then like the "Are you sure?" I just find myself using now and more now. It's like I just use it in places I don't expect to. I'm like, "Are you sure?" Like it's just for no reason. It's satisfying.
Sure?
I like it. Yeah.
It got repeated so much that the entire scene became a meme. Just like from Mark to like Omni-Man's respawn, like guess who's getting their powers? For some reason, that entire scene now is like a meme. Like now.
Are you sure?
I couldn't believe how fast somebody made the meme where he's like, "Let me break it down for you, Mark." It just cuts him to like a Fortnite dance.
That's probably your favorite.
And I was like, "How did they do
There's
this?" And
so
Mark's
many
like,
of those too. I mean,
watching it.
I feel like the memery in the Invincible fandom is like so far beyond me. Like I've seen so much of it only because I've become involved in the game now, right? And so it's pretty wild. Like the game is hugely popular on TikTok. Not the game, sorry, the IP is hugely popular on TikTok. So I know the younger generation is all about it. And like, you know, going back to open beta really quick, like we had like, I think they said 2 million plus matches played and everything. So there were a ton of people playing. It's wild. And, you know, obviously the memery that comes out of it, like people making memes about everything. So I was not surprised, you know, to see like a Rage Quit meme come out. Like somebody dropped like a beat to it. That I was like, how do they do that? It's so wild. Like I wouldn't see that in most other fandoms, I feel like.
Indeed. The Invincible fandom is actually kind of scary how much they meme the shows and like the stuff. So, have y'all seen like Giraffe Invincible?
What? So like that does not surprise me though, you know? I'm like, oh, there's a Giraffe Invincible? Okay, yeah.
I saw they already redid the Omni-Man butt meme because there was like him doing because he's all caked up. Have you seen that one?
Oh, of course.
Ripper's like he's choking Mark with his butt cheeks.
His head's above and his body's below. Yeah.
They already did that with Conquest. Like after he showed up, I was like, "Oh, the poor Mark getting done again."
Now there's a caked up Conquest meme now too. Yeah, there's a lot of good memes, but yeah.
Oh, just recently now there's like because Conquest is like this like a super overly evil being. Now there is what if he actually was a good person and came to Earth, and now his name is called Carl, so the good version of Conquest.
Wow.
And like
no way.
His whole evil monologue to like Mark has now been like twisted. Instead of "I am so lonely," it's "I am so happy."
Oh
like,
gosh.
Oh no, that's
I'm
possibly
so
worse.
fulfilled.
Oh no.
Yes. It's like wholesome Conquest, but it's
awesome.
Incredible the memes that can happen from this community.
Oh yeah, so it's a really fun community, honestly.
Oh yeah, no, they're awesome. I love it. I gotta start looking at more of those memes later once I catch up because I'm probably 1 or 2 episodes behind now. So I gotta.
Oh, that is true. Maybe some of these memes might spoil you. So might be gotta be careful. Also, if you haven't never witnessed Giraffe Invincible, here you guys go. You know, brighten your day up.
This looks like a glitch that happened in Fortnite or something, but I guess somebody just made this for fun. There was a giraffe mod was it Battlefield? Some like war game, like a first-person shooter had a glitch like that called the giraffe glitch, which you could do on purpose, which made it even more popular. You could like press a certain amount of buttons and your head went bloop.
Oh my god!
And then when you commando crawled, you still had the weird giraffe neck. It was so funny, dude.
Yeah, that a Giraffe Invincible is crazy looking. What? Why?
Honestly, exactly. And if you just type Giraffe Invincible, you'll find about like thousands of TikToks of just animated versions of Giraffe Invincible eating
that
grass.
Explains it. It's from TikTok, yes. Okay.
It's like, what?
That's where all the
how
brain
did you
rot
guys come up
from.
with this? It's like, what?
Beyond us.
I'm just kind of offended that his front legs are his arms. They should have just done more legs.
That wouldn't fit his outfit. You know?
We're thinking too ethically about this.
Yeah.
But yeah, is there anything else you guys want to end this off on, or is like any more extra things you want to say?
No, I just want to thank everyone for playing the beta. And I hope everyone's excited for the retail version. The beta, obviously, we got a lot of good feedback from that. As I was talking about earlier, a lot of the team, internally, this version's a little bit older, right, than the release version anyway. So most of the stuff that I've seen people talk about online was already addressed, and now we got more stuff to address. And so a lot of that has already been done, and the release version is going to have a lot of it, I think. So I think people are going to be very happy.
Nice.
And personally, I'm a fan of the release version for sure. Like not even close compared to the open beta version for me. So
nice.
Very excited for the release.
I like the way y'all handle the rage quits, especially because I've been saying for the longest time that a lot of the early ideas for preventing rage quitting didn't make sense. It was like a punishment for the person rage quitting. I'm like, yeah, but you're forgetting about the other half of the situation, the person that got rage quit on, because they're also getting robbed. So I like how y'all still give the points.
Yeah.
That's all that really matters. Because all the way back in Mike Ross excellent adventures. You know, that was the whole like Gutex. He took the points. He took the points. He won and he left. He took the points. So it didn't do the run back. He didn't rematch. And so I like how if they rage quit, I get to keep my points. That's all I care about. I've always said I don't even care if you punish them. I just want to get my reward.
Right.
But that's the main primary thing.
I think that's always like the ideal way to go about things. So, you know, I think that was something that the team looked at very early. You know, and you know, it's one of those things that's kind of unavoidable. So, you know, handling it in the best way possible. I think, give people their points, I think is ideal.
I love how you said they thought about it early. I'm like, they knew. They knew.
Oh, they knew.
Maybe not to this extent, but they knew.
No, I was gonna say, it's like personally, like I've played Mortal Kombat games before, right? And I feel like a lot of that fandom has come over to the Invincible versus side. And so in that game, like you can, in the middle of your match, you can hit start, just go main menu or whatever, right? And like that doesn't exist in a lot of other fighting games. Like it's not so easy to just exit out of a match mid-match. So, you know, when you see the instant rematch stuff, and especially in terms of Mortal Kombat players, I feel like that fandom is very used to that. Like, it's not, I feel like in their mind, they're like, okay, yeah, it's not happening. Later, next match. You know, and so they don't even, like, freak out about it. And meanwhile, all the controversy like, oh my gosh, this guy left my match. You know, they're, like, losing their shit, right? But, like, the other guy's like, oh, no, this one's not happening. Next. You know, like.
I get hype whenever they do. Like, in one of my videos, I go, I bet you did.
Yeah.
I was like, I knew you would. I bet it. I saw it coming because you used every combo breaker for each character in like the first 30 seconds of the match. I knew that when I finally got you down to like one character, quit. Yeah, because you're mad that all your combo breakers didn't work. You kept resetting the situation and it didn't help you. You still lost.
One of your highlights in your intros is like you beat up some guys like Bulletproof, and it's like your best character's gone. Now what?
Yeah, I was like super pumped about it.
That's sick.
I didn't learn about Heroic Strike until now when we were like talking about it. That would have been a great way to get him off me because this whole thing is doot low, doot overhead, doot flippy kick. Oh, am I gonna delay it and throw, or am I gonna I'm in your face, you know? So if I had known I could just like pimp slap him and get him away, I would have been doing that.
No, yeah, Heroic Strike is very good.
That's like the kind of like the third defensive option in a way, right? You got like the counter tag, assist breaker, and then Heroic Strike. Yeah. So
a
lot of.
I'll be honest, I was getting tutorial fatigue.
No, for sure.
There's a lot thrown at you when you first.
It's a lot. I mean, I think it's kind of interesting because the system mechanics are very important in this game. But then the game has more defensive options than you usually get. I feel like, or the defensive options are pretty strong in this game. And then the offensive side is like really kind of easy to pick up. Like I don't think like the characters are too difficult to pick up in general. Like they all have a little bit of their nuance that you have to kind of learn and like figure out. But it's not like you're spending so much time like figuring out every possible move this character has and how to use all those moves effectively. Like you kind of like, oh, I can put these things together really quickly and at least have a starting point, right? So the defensive side is like kind of more important, which is, you know, I think why people are like, oh, I don't want to go to tutorial, but you also kind of, if you do, you like succeed way faster at the game because the offense side is easier to pick up.
Very smart.
Yeah, I do feel like actually understanding how the mechanics of the game works, in my opinion at least, does seem a little bit more advantageous than learning the characters at first, at least. As a how.
No, I think so.
Yeah, how everything works.
The other stuff that I like, you know, wrote design docs on was stuff like practice mode. You know, I'm like, what are we trying to put in practice mode? Like I came up with that doc like forever ago.
Nice.
You know, we tried to hit everything we can. I think the practice mode turned out pretty decent as well. So happy about that. So
I want
far.
one tiny feature added. They might be there in the final version. I would like to be able to change my character order without having to back out the character select.
Been highly requested for sure.
Nice.
So definitely something we're aware of. I mean, it's definitely something I want for sure. You know, so it's because I know exactly the pain point of that. You know, I'm like, but it's the second character I just want to tag out. You know, like, you know, so. Definitely on the radar.
Good to hear. This is a very weird time to bring this up, but I just felt like, and I kind of want to just ask this to Dog because I've been actually watching his videos on Invincible Versus and stuff. Do you, once in a while when you're fighting your opponents, something kind of triggers you and stuff, do you like call out Rip's name in the middle of the match sometimes?
Now, what is the Rip? Are there high attacks in this game? Is that what's happening? I did. I'd be like, Rip, why did that hit me? Rip, no!
That's funny.
Oh, no, I totally do. That was like a little inside joke between me and myself. I was like, I'm just going to call out Rip.
Wow.
He's the only developer I know who works on it. So I'd be like, Rip, no, that hitbox doesn't make any sense. Rip, no!
Yeah, when Battle Beast was about to like slap Thula does like this duck like attack and you're like, Rip! Why is there highs in this game? I'm like, call out Rip?
Well, I think Battle Beast in particular, I think his light jab can be ducked easier than other characters, but I could be wrong. Is everyone's standing jab duckable, or is that just Battle Beast?
No, it shouldn't be for most characters. But like the thing is, Battle Beast is taller, right? So like we don't want like a hitbox
That's what I
that's
think
gonna
it
go down
was,
to his knee or something, right? But like in general, I don't do everything in the game, so it's not always gonna be me.
Yeah, I
you know, no, I understand totally, but like it's
No, I
a
know.
lot of people have that impression, or you know, that's gonna be like the meme that goes around, right? Like I get it. I've been around the scene long enough to understand
It's like blaming
how that
Harada
works.
and Tekken for everything
Right.
when he doesn't handle the gameplay
Yeah,
stuff.
but
It's
see, at
like-
least Harada's like high enough up, you know, like
True,
it's
true.
so it's
Yeah,
a little bit
it's-
funnier, but yeah, it's fine. Like I get it.
we gotta get Rip the shirt saying "Don't ask me for shit."
Yeah, Rip is the Guang Guang of this game.
I'm the what of this game?
Oh, the creator of Marvel Rivals,
Oh.
like the director there. That's why they complain about Guang Guang.
Ah, I see. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure people are gonna come to me no matter what.
Congrats on being the Ed Boom of Invincible Versus.
Yeah, right. Totally. It's always gonna be nice.
I was doing a Mark Mirror match, I think, and I knew this guy was gonna spam slide because they all do. It's such a good like get in
Yeah.
move. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do like Mark's downward air medium to like stomp them. But I guess I barely mistimed it because it lost. I got beat by the
wow.
slide. I'm like, no, Rip, I should have won. I came from above. Like, why did he win that?
Look,
It's all Rip's fault here.
I mean, if people know my history with Tekken, they know that I like slides with Law. So like that's the only reason the slide wins
Oh, yeah.
over an instant overhead, downward medium. I guess. I totally did not make either of those moves, but you know, whatever. It's on me, I guess. You know,
Ooh, then again, you are the what was it, combat designer, so perhaps like that aspect.
we have many combat designers. You know, there's a team. There's a lead. You know, it's so yes, I am on the team, but I am not the everything. What is that?
I just wanted to hand it to you for doing a great job
thank
on
you.
the game so far. You know,
Awesome.
this guy
I
got looking
don't-
Taro Paul over here.
But honestly, yeah, congratulations on like almost like going gold and like almost releasing this game. It's like it's getting close. It's like it's really exciting to finally see the game come out.
It's a wild time for us.
It's gonna be so much wild marketing, I bet, when it's like a week away.
Oh, I'm sure
So much
I'm
fun
sure it'll ramp up. The marketing team doesn't let. I mean, they plan out everything. Right? That's why I can't tell you guys everything that's coming in the retail version. I'm like, oh, I know they're gonna do something, so gotta like keep a little bit on wraps. Just 2 more weeks.
Nobody wants to be like, what's his name? The actor that always spoils the
Tom
Avengers
Holland?
movies and stuff.
Tom Holland.
Yeah, Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Yeah, he always spoils it by accident. No one wants to be that guy.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, it's funny because like I stream a lot still on Twitch, and so then eventually what happens is randomly I'm playing something else. I'll play like Resident Evil 9 or something, and somebody will come and ask me something about Invincible, and my brain is in Resident Evil mode. I'm not thinking about like, you know, don't be Tom Holland, and then they'll like try to like sneak something out of me, and like I'll almost do it on accident. I'm like, nope, wait. And so because I'm a streamer though, I've gotten better at it. You know, I'm like, it's trained
Hey,
me
guys.
to prepare for it. So I'm used to the onslaught.
I see what you're doing. I'm not gonna spoil Thrag for you or anything like that. Oh,
yeah, you were trying to get me to spoil.
oh, stream ends.
Though it would be funny if you did that, but you lied.
But I
You just say
lied.
a
Yeah,
fake character. Yeah, that'd be great.
Look,
Yes, every character's in the game, bro.
Guys, I know you're excited for Eve's dad, and I'm working on him. Okay, but still, you can't be like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, I think
cuts the stream.
in general, like
Ends your stream that way.
going back to like how people think like I'm involved, like everything, or they'll meme about me. I've decided like how to handle it finally.
One of the funniest slip ups would be like if you're playing and you know like a patch is coming in the future and you get hit by some cheap move and you go, yeah, let's see you try that again in 3 weeks. Because you know when the patch is dropping.
I almost did that on the last day of the beta. I almost did that
That's
because like
hilarious.
yeah,
I knew it.
yeah.
You can't say what's about to be
The
nerfed.
game is different. The game is there are differences, and so yes, the beta was a little tilting at times. I was like, you just wait, you know. So yeah, I have some training just from the open beta for that now.
I'm guessing you're not allowed to compete at tournaments right away either and stuff,
Oh.
right?
Well, you know, they always say ban the testers, but no one's ever said ban the devs. So I think I'm allowed.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My 2-year head start is not going to
Hey.
matter. Yeah. I mean, I saw on the leaderboard, I wasn't trying to. Like, I think I was like 130 something. I was like, okay, let's see if I can make top 50 again because it was still that day where the top 20 was going to happen. So I was like, let me try to get a 50. And I got to 15 on accident. And I was like, oh, shit.
Oops.
And so I just stopped playing and I let it fall out, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, like hands off. That was
Exactly.
the day before, so it wasn't the same day actually, so it's fine. It's definitely a head start.
Yeah, I'm not sure which game it was, but everyone made a way too big of a deal about it where they were extending the beta, which I understand that's why y'all had it on console because it's harder to do stuff like that, like jailbreak the game to where you can keep playing it the whole time and learning tech and all that. But it was some other fighting game where that happened, and people were making a really big deal out of it, and I thought, guys, there's only like 6 characters in the beta. Like the starting roster has like 25 characters. This is not like, yeah, it's bullshit, but it's not like earth-shattering. Like,
Yeah.
oh no, he's gonna win every tournament now.
No, yeah, I think the more interesting thing about our timeline is that you have the game releasing April 30th, and then Combo Breaker is like within 4 weeks.
Oh.
So it's like if you had
That's true.
2.5 week head start going into Combo Breaker, you have 50% more playtime than everyone else going to Combo Breaker to learn the systems, etc. You know, so I think that is a pretty sizable advantage. And Evo is only 7 weeks after release, so you add another 2.5 weeks to that. Instead of 7, you get like 9.5 weeks of practice. It sounds small, but it's substantial when you're talking about like an Evo kind of tournament, right? So that's, for me personally, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
I thought about going to Combo Breaker, then I'm like, wait, but the game's gonna drop like right around then, so I'd rather just be playing the game.
Oh, it's a month apart. It's like, well, you got 4 weeks basically.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I mean, Combo Breaker is gonna be fun because that's gonna be the first time where I think you see tournament players like try it out and see what the competition looks like. So I'm excited to see how that all plays out.
Evo might have early characters to play though. On a similar but separate topic, I'm still mad that I missed the event that was like in Austin.
Oh,
Totally
South by
didn't see
Southwest.
it. And I'm like, what? That's where I live. I'm like 20 minutes away from there. I could have just like gone, got my little Allen condom, and like, shut up, camera. And let's just zoom in when I do any hand talking. Yeah. My little Allen condom. I could have done the early testing of the characters. Alan ended up loving as a character, which is ironic because I said, I don't want Alan. I said on the Combat King, like, I don't want Alan. I love him in the show. He's my favorite character pretty much outside of Omni-Man. But gameplay wise, I'm like, he's just another Viltrumite. Oh, I'm big, strong, and I fly. So I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Then I saw his gameplay, his little like hit me little taunt that he does. And I'm like, oh yeah. And he spins. I'm like, instant main. I gotta play him. Dude. And he his grab armor breaks. That really threw me off. His little flying like
boosted one,
here or whatever. What does it do? What's he say?
Oh God, you were taking the combo.
Hey there.
Hey there.
Hey there.
Yeah. Grabs you. So yeah, his hey there is shockingly good. It's
Very
got a
good.
good hitbox in front of it, so it can like lead moves. And I was like, oh, I can kind of trade.
It's cheap.
And then also it breaks armor. I was like,
That move is
and if spaced right, it's kind of tricky to punish too. So I was like, oh.
yeah. Luckily, it is unsafe.
Rip's
Yeah,
like,
you're
no,
right.
I'm not even know what you're doing.
it's a good move. That Alan guy is a very good character. I think like he's gonna be a fan favorite, right, in general. So he's probably gonna be good. It would suck to play Alan and be like, man, this is like the worst character in the game, So he's good. He's very good.
Now I'm kind of hoping you'll add a Viltrumite at some point where like they're a stance character, kind of like
Annisa?
What's his name? And no, not like that. I mean like when they switch entire movesets, like their
Oh,
stance
like
moves
Gen
and
like
everything.
that.
Street Fighter.
And they get a whole new move list, kind of like Tira in Soul Calibur or Tifa, is that her name? No, it's Tira in Soul Calibur. Even Azula in Avatar has the same thing. She has like the evil stance that she
Coming
does.
up, yeah.
It'd be fun to do that with the Viltrumite, but all the changes is they go from like fists to this, and it's like, oh shit, he activated the blade hand. He's
Blade
gonna start
hand mode.
impaling you and stuff. Yeah, he opened the end of the blade hand. Yeah.
That would be fun.
When they do this, that's the bread maker. That's when you're gonna get loafed up. You're dead when they make this hand. I like how they even tease that in the new season. Like they'll make the hand shape, and then someone gets saved before they can use it.
No, I mean,
It's like their gun. They've loaded it.
yeah. I mean,
And
yeah.
it's ready to fire, and they get rescued.
You've read the comics. It's their go-to, right?
Well, yeah, of course. Like when the you've read the comics, so you know about the whole conquest scene. So I knew that was coming. But
Yeah.
that's where it gets the most infamous. Like,
Of
like
course.
through the back.
Yeah. No, Conquest is dope, and the hand is
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
They made him a lot more fun in the show by making him a little bit quirky. that was funny.
I can tell you, I'm not working on the first two fighters. So.
Wait, that's okay. Okay, got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Understood. Got it.
That's the intro, Sonic. Yeah, I can tell you that and just like censor it so we don't know what it is, and we're like, like freaking out.
Yeah, I can
That's
tell you,
like-
I'm
that's
working
the
on.
hook, you know.
Awesome.
That's gonna be the thumbnail, by the way. It's just gonna be your face saying "I will add," and then it's like a really crappy Invincible logo, just Invincible there, and then we're all like, "Oh, he's adding Invincible."
Oh, I see.
Amazing.
That's cute. Well, at least hopefully y'all. I don't think they will, but hopefully they don't do what the Dragon Ball Fighters did, where it's like, here's Mark, but here's Mark like later in the show, and he's a different character, and then here's Blue Mark, and it's no, you're not gonna do that.
Oh,
have no
multiple
idea.
We already
versions
saw like
of,
the costumes for him and stuff.
Year
Yeah.
1 Mark versus Year 3 Mark. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because Dragon Ball Fighters had like 5 Gokus and 5 Vegetas.
Oh, you're talking about as separate characters, you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
separate.
I hope we don't do that. I hope that we get. Like I said, I just going back to the DLC guest character thing. I was like, there's so many other characters in the universe I want to see before we like if we're like year 10 and like, all right, fine, we're really got
Stretching
every
it
other character
now.
in there. All right, fine. Old man Mark, it's time.
I'm a bit disappointed. I just thought about this joke. I'm a bit disappointed y'all didn't do the meme with Rex where it costs like all 5 bars of the super instead of 3.
Fans
and he
have
just like
stated
grabs
that,
you
yeah.
and does
Yep.
the explode and it's like Android 16.
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
it's a touch of death. Like
When
explosion.
When
It's
he said
like-
Rex isn't gonna be a grappler, I'm like, well, there is that one.
There's that, man.
Yeah.
You got that option. No, I mean, like, just the way that worked out was, I think that moment was way bigger in the show than it was in the comics. And
oh, I see.
yeah, and so
In the comics, it's so barely even mentioned in
Right.
the comics. I felt bad for
So
him.
that's the whole thing,
It's
like,
a
Rex-
side thing.
like literally the timeline of how that worked out, like we had just finished Rex and then that episode came out. So it's like the ult that we have was just done, and then I was like, and then we're like, oh well, like that's right there, bro. Like, although
Never too late.
to be fair, I think I like our ult better anyway.
Your ult's
for
awesome.
Rex.
Yeah,
So
yeah, just the
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So it ended up like fine. Like now when I think about it, because I also do really like Rex in the comic and in the show and the IP in general, but I feel like we expanded upon him, with our version of the alt now, and that version would have just been like kind of like keeping the closed bubble around what you know about the character. So it kind of it's kind of nicer to work out this way.
Yeah. I do like some of the of course references are awesome, but I do actually like some of the original things that you come up with characters like Bulletproof's level 3 is awesome.
That is
I called
so
you a
dope.
cab.
That was
It's
back-
also a comic reference.
it's a very good comic reference, and people need to go read the comics.
Shoot. Shoot, I didn't read the comics yet, damn it.
It's very good. And so the crazy thing about that one is I think he was in development when I started. So it was one of those things where I was like first getting to meet people on the team and work with the animators, etc. And like they were talking about this alt and like they were working on it. And I was like, we're gonna do what now? Like that is awesome. Like it's just the idea of it is so crazy. Especially when you know
Nice.
what the comic lore is. I was like, that's fucking cool. And like that's what we're doing with this game. Awesome. So yeah, that was very, very exciting. And hoping that we don't have to hope, like that's just how things are at the company.
Definitely all the budget, though, went to Omni-Man's level 3. Dude just
Oh, that
takes
was
you to a different
sick.
location
Yeah,
that was
and then drops
awesome.
a continent on you.
Yeah.
Very
I mean, I
sick.
just remember, in MK1, like, that's his victory pose too, right? He's holding the thing.
Yes,
I know,
literally,
so-
it's
Pulling
just-
it up already?
I was
Yeah.
like, why don't we drop it on him? Like,
Oh,
like why just hold
nice.
it? Why just hold it? And like in the show, he drops it and you cut away and everything, right? So it's kind of the same kind of idea. But I love that scene. I think actually even when I interviewed for the job, they asked me what my favorite moment was, and that's the one I called out. That scene
nice.
from the Flaxen universe, because it's like just the red aesthetic and everything. I really dig it. So I'm glad that we got that in his ult too.
Very sick.
When you think you're the final boss, but you're just like the starting tutorial boss. That's what the Flaxen General went through. He really thought he was the guy to beat, and he was dead in like 10 seconds, if even. And it's like, well, time to
It
destroy
was
your
literally
planet.
episode
That was the warm-up.
2 of the show, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love it too, because like that the time is different there, and so when Nolan gets back, he's got like a beard already, and
Yeah,
like except
yeah.
it's been like a day or something in Earth time.
It's also kind of because they get stronger as they age, I think it even says. So that's kind of a buff to Nolan to be on that planet.
Whoa.
He gets
I
stronger.
really think about it.
I mean, he didn't stay that long, but I think
Yeah.
they stay that like Conquest, for example. The fact that he has the gray hair should be really terrifying because he should be like one of the strongest of them
Interesting.
because he's old.
Yeah, yeah.
And same with Thula. So
Oh.
yeah. And then Anissa's just a freak of nature, I think, because that's why she's still crazy strong despite being obviously youthful and not like old.
Yeah.
So
That's why she's got the
Interesting.
speed.
Oh, there you go.
and so is Thrag. Thrag's also kind of a freak of nature. He's like the Frieza of the Viltrumites. So
Well, that was a very fun interview. Thank you very much for joining us, Rip. Where can the people find you? Where can the people like see more of your stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I stream on Twitch, and my YouTube channel is at Level Up Your Game. My Twitter is Reepal, Reepal. That's about it. Yeah, I mean, of course, if you guys want to just give fan feedback or feedback about the game in general, don't talk to me. Go to Invincible Versus on Twitter, Instagram, whatever, Discord. Find them, and you can hit them up there. But otherwise, yeah, it's been fun. Thanks for having me, and I'm really looking forward to the release. It's only 2 weeks away, basically.
Yeah.
we were very happy to snag this interview for that reason. Sonic was like, "Dog, if you can get him, can you please get him soon? Because the game is about to be here." He's
Yeah,
like, "Yeah, fair enough."
It's
fair
like
enough.
the perfect time window for me right now, because things are kind of wrapped, and then I gotta like to go do marketing stuff after this. So perfect timing.
Oh, that's great. Because like I was either thinking now or when the game comes out. You did say you were in Brazil when the game comes out, so I think in that case now would have been like a perfect timing for this. Then
Yeah, and I think once the game comes out, like I don't know what that month is gonna look like for me. I feel like a lot of stuff's gonna just come up, and I'll be busier and busier. So, now's a good time. We're chilling.
Excellent. I will admit that usually we don't know how to end the episodes well. So, but I think there's a great.
You need to have an ending segment on your podcast. You got to come up with one of those.
He used to. It was called Q&A, and I used to despise it because we'd already be like 3 hours into the podcast, and he'd be like, "And now it's time for the Q&A," and I'm like, "Son of a bitch."
But luckily, we have an ending already set up for us. So just take it away. And then the rage quit will show up right now, basically.
Oh,
that would be.
Oh, I see.
That would be how.
Oh, I see.
Whoa! Oh, you have it already. Well, that's awesome. That's set up there.
He knew the whole time.
That's very sick.
I got you, man. I got you.
The Force Snake really appreciated that one.
Yeah.
He's been here the whole time.
Fuck you. Suck my tongue. Go home.